yesterday went, or an example. E.T., when you pick the Ryder Cup captains, those are usually ceremonial picks. Those are usually, in most cases, your Ryder Cup captain isn't playing anywhere near Ryder Cup level golf. Like sometimes guys can play their way into it. We're in one of those right now. Keegan Bradley is the current Ryder Cup captain. He's playing very good golf. He may qualify for the team based on his own merit, but for the most part, a Ryder Cup captain is more of a ceremonial pick whose good golf is long ago past, right?
All right.
Where was the stat that I saw? But this kind of sums up what kind of rough day, how rough a day it was for especially the big names and the higher ranked players in the world. Because I'm trying to find what the cutoff is. I think it might be top 20, and I'm scanning here. I'm multitasking. I'm talking to you. I'm scanning.
That's talent.
Well, I don't know. Or it could just be a discombobulated mess right now. But I'm scanning through this article that I read. Across 19 players tied for a spot in the top 10, only 2 are former major champions, and they're those forgettable ones, Keegan Bradley and Matthew Fitzpatrick. The rest of the leaderboard is made up of largely unproven players or older golfers who haven't contended in some time. That includes Luke Donald, who is a Ryder Cup captain. But at the end of the day, the 2 Ryder Cup captains, Keegan Bradley and Luke Donald, are playing better than every single player they are considering to put on the team.
So the Ryder Cup consists of like unproven, but
no, the Ryder Cup is the very best of the United States against the very best of Europe. They accumulate points over a 2-year period. The Ryder Cup is the top 12 American golfers versus the top 12 European golfers.
Okay.
And look, the top 5 or 6, they're obvious on both sides, and then there's often a lot of filtering, but you qualify, for it first and foremost by the number of points that you amass. And Keegan Bradley has played good enough, competitive enough golf that he's been, kind of piling up points on his own. But the captain also, he has captain's picks. So they give you the 10, and then the 2, the captain makes the choice, and then
They saying like
that. Well, kind of that way you can kind of also include, that way you can also include guys that maybe are hot, because like I said, that period lasts for 2 years in piling up points. And so sometimes, a guy who got a lot of points a year and a half ago isn't playing worth nothing right now. And so they have a little bit of discretion when it comes to that. Keegan Bradley will be in that conversation. But the bigger point is Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley are ahead of Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler and every other Ryder Cup team member. That just shows you how yesterday. Now, the other side of that is this leaderboard will undoubtedly. You want the surefire lock of the day?
go another one.
I'm good at them. This one ain't going to make you any money. Sorry, guys. I know you like the free money I pass out about once every 2 weeks. This isn't so much a free money observation as it is a guarantee. Let me pull up. Let me tell you. Okay, you ready? It's free of charge, by the way. Let me tell you who's not winning the PGA. All right? Forget who might. Let me tell you who's not. Jonathan Vegas, Ryan Gerard, Cam Davis, Luke Donald, Ryan Fox, Alex Smalley, Steven Jaeger, Aaron Rai, Alex Noren, JT Poston, Rio Hisatsuni, Nico Echeverria, Robert McIntyre, Rasmus Højgaard, Keegan Bradley, Terrell Hatton, Michael Thornborson, Rafael Campos. That's who's not winning the PGA. That's the top 19 on the leaderboard right now. That's right. That's 19-1 odds I'm giving you. I'm telling you who's not winning the PGA Championship. Johnny Vegas, Ryan Gerard, Cam Davis, Luke Donald, Ryan Fox, Alex Smalley, Steven Jaeger, Aaron Rai, Alex Noren, JT Poston, Rio Hisatsuni, Nico Echeverria, Robert McIntyre, Rasmus Højgaard, Keegan Bradley, Terrell Hatton, Michael Thornbornson, Rafael Campos, not winning the PGA. There's a couple of minor-ish asterisks. Terrell Hatton, 3 under par. Okay, Robert McIntyre, 3 under par, maybe. And I didn't mention Matthew Fitzpatrick is 3 under par. He's a former major champ. I still would not take Matthew Fitzpatrick right now at 3 under par with Scotty Scheffler, 2 under. Victor Hovland's 2 under. John Rahm is 1 under par. Tony Finau is 1 under par. Colin Morikawa is 1 under par. Ludwig Oberg is 1 under par. I'm just giving you an idea of all these names that are looming here within a couple of shots of that 3 under par, because all those other dudes ain't winning. DeChambeau is even. Xander Schauffele +1. Patrick Reed +1. Then we're getting to some sketchy chances from here on down, except for one big name that is just screaming at you from buried down that leaderboard, and it's Rory McIlroy, barely inside the top 100, tied for 98th at +3. Oof. Afternoon tee time today, so we'll see. He's going to have some work to do. What would the cut line be right now? Top 60 in ties, I believe it is for majors, so +1 is the cut, only a couple back of the cut. What Rory has done, didn't Rory just have a major? I don't know if it was the Masters per se, which he won. But he's just had a major or a big tournament where he started a couple over and then shot 64 or something, round 2, or 66 to get back in it. I would more suggest that Rory McIlroy will go low today and get back in it. That's what it feels like he'll do to me. Johnny Vegas, though, birdie binge late, 64, 7 under par. Take a picture of that leaderboard, kid. Not a kid anymore, in fact. Take a picture of that leaderboard, my man, because that ain't lasting. I don't know who's winning the PGA yet, but I know who ain't. Johnny Vegas, your round 1 leader. This Caleb Williams story's juicy, huh?
Ooh.
Did you see this?
No.
So there's a book out by Seth Wickersham of ESPN, and it's about quarterbacks in general, I believe. It's called American Kings, a biography of the quarterback. It's playing into the months before the 2024 draft when Caleb Williams was taken number 1 overall by the Chicago Bears. And, buddy, there's some dirt coming out on the links that Williams either went to or was about to go to avoid playing for Chicago, and some of the concocted plans that apparently his pops put together, don't present well publicly. So we'll get into that on the other side. I thought that was super interesting. I got that top 100 players list from college football, which is very quickly approaching. Pretty soon we'll saddle the boys and girls up and send them off to SEC and ACC media days. We got Captain Kev when we return as well, and all the other fun and frivolity of a Friday. A GFL Friday, that's Green for Life. Look for those bright green cans and trucks all over the First Coast.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The home of the home team you grew up with.
And what a pleasure it must be to play quarterback for the Jaguars, to have this kind of talent on both sides of the ball.
1010XL.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Want to support a locally and veteran-owned company? If you need a new AC, we should be your first and only call. Ideal Conditions keeps you cool. Just ask your AC. Call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjacks.com.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
It's back! Mia here. The Summer Starts Here event is hot and going on now at Arlington Toyota. Why should you buy from Arlington? How about over 800 vehicles in one location and 60-day exchange? Buy it, take it home. If it's not right for you, you have 60 days to exchange it. Plus, right now, get financing as low as 0% on select new models. Shop Summer Starts Here at Arlington Toyota. In person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or at arlingtontoyota.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Hello. The Checkmate Coatings phone line has you covered from the floor up. From tough sports topics to strong surfaces, Checkmate Coatings is your floor's missing piece and your connection to the sports world on 1010XL.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs. Get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th. Get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months on select compact tractors. See details at coastalequipmentsystem.com. Come to Coastal Equipment this Saturday from 9 to 2 for huge discounts, lunch, and more. 5463 Woodlawn Cemetery Road, McClenny.
Coastal Equipment.
Eats to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find the scratch kitchen that comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kickoff at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football, fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement beats family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. Go Sharks!
Catch Gators baseball all season long on 1010XL. Pitched by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. And Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement partner of the Florida Gators. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Captain Kevin Favors Fishing Report. Brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. You dream it, we build it. On 1010XL.
All right, let's go to the Checkmate Coatings hotline. ET, fire it up in there. Got no phone bank. I don't need it. Bring in Captain Kevin Favor. The bait bet is in the books.
Yes.
You're up to a first-round lead for a welcome change, I'm sure. Scotty,
yes,
you have
definite welcome change.
Scheffler at -2. You have, who are your other two golfers? We almost had the same 3 as the Master. Did you notice that?
Yeah, except for Patrick Reed.
The end, we both went with, but had you gone with JT or whoever the third one, Morikawa, I think, if you had gone with him, I was going to come back with Rahm and have the exact and run it back.
Yeah, and I could not go Morikawa again. Jeez,
yeah, it's hard to trust that putter.
Oh my gosh,
it gets a little squirrely. Yesterday it was the mud ball when the pros mud ball. If there are that many complaining about mud balls, though, to be honest, they ought to be cleaning them. What are we doing? Trying to.
They're not cleaning them because I was fishing all day yesterday, so I didn't.
Well, I think what happened, I golfed yesterday. I played. I did not notice. I watched most of my golf yesterday with sound down for various reasons.
Right.
They declined to allow preferred lies in fairways despite several inches of rain. So no, they didn't allow them to lift clean in place. Okay. And so they were picking up a lot of mud. They got a lot of rain up there.
Great.
Scheffler doubled, his last hole.
Yeah, 16. So
Yeah.
he
Or 16,
must have had a good round going.
He never really had his A game, but he just kind of scrambled around. He had a chip in on one hole, so he had an eagle, and that kind of made things better. I had Rory. He's in the tank. He was 3 over. He'll bounce back today, I would imagine.
I would imagine. Is he?
He's afternoon.
Morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Okay, all right. So I
Yeah.
can watch it this afternoon. Cool.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, they go at like almost 2. And that's Scheffler's group 2. Then you got, so who did I have? I had Rory. I have DeChambeau. He's even.
Yep.
And I have Straka. What'd he do? I
don't know what Straka did.
I don't even know. That's probably not good.
I didn't see it. So
yeah, probably not good if you're saying what did he do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He didn't Vegas it, that's for sure.
Yeah, let me see what he did here, man. I saw at one point he was like even, but man, the one interesting thing about majors is, buddy, it changed quick.
There ain't no doubt.
Yeah, there's a guy who's 1 under par, and you turn around, he's 4 over, and you're like, what happened? A lot is the answer. All right, let me see if I can find her. I know he wasn't in that top 20 because I read off the 19 guys who are not winning the PGA, and that's the top 19 on the leaderboard right now. Let's see, Straka, where are you at, you big Austrian? Yay, I'm in the plus 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 3-2. I'm 3-2.
Right there with JT.
JT was plus 2, and what? When your other? Who's your third? Oh, Reed.
Patrick
What's
Reed
he?
was,
Like 1
was
over?
1. Yep.
Yeah, we're all about there. Scheffler Scheffler's going to win out of those 6. You're going to get a 6-pack of bait back. I think that would be my guess.
That would be my.
I think so.
My bet for sure.
All right.
I would think so too. I just couldn't take Rory.
I hear you.
I've bet against him the all year, and I'm like, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon now.
He's the smart guy, because not only because of how he's playing and what he's done this year so far, but he's played so great on that golf course historically. He's got 3 wins. He's his score to par there is like 50 shots better than anybody else in the field. So he had a lot stacked in his column, but boy, it was a rough round 1. Rough.
Look, I'm not exaggerating. This weekend may be the best weekend of fishing we have this year.
What now? What just happened? Rewind.
It's been unbelievable this week. The weather has been perfect. There is literally so much bait in the ocean right now. It's one throw with a cast net, and you basically have all the bait you need. Fishing is fantastic. The king fishing has been nothing but spectacular this week. But also, along with them are schools of these big Spanish mackerel. And I'm most of the time when you catch Spanish, you're trolling Clark spoons or diamond jigs or something like that, and you're catching like 12 to maybe 15-inch fish. These are all big fish, Jeff. And I'm talking 25 to 30 inches.
Is Spanish normally prevalent around here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but
I don't hear a lot of them caught. Yeah. It's
normally a springtime fishery, and then you may catch it one here and there during the summertime. But right now there's hundreds.
Are they better tasting than king?
They're fantastic.
Yeah, this king's kind of oily.
You don't want to keep 10, right? These are 3 to 5 pound fish. They got huge fillets on them. It's something to eat today or tomorrow or this weekend. If I guarantee you, I'm keeping a couple today.
Now, will you catch those on artificial or live bait?
No. We're catching them with slow trolling pogies. They're pulling drag.
Wow.
These are big fish.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised that a Spanish eats a pokey, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. These are big fish. So
do they surf? Is there surf fishing with artificial here on the First Coast like they do in the Gulf? Like, is there much surf fishing with spoons? It's probably not because it's so rough and turned over.
Yeah, there are people that
I wish you could. That would be fun, man. I really wish we had that.
Yeah. So most of the time what people do is you'll see, they'll put their spike in, and, they've got their shrimp or their sand flea or something like that out there soaking, and they'll take a spinning rod with, a spoon or something like that, even a Marilure. So yeah, the guys do throw artificials. I don't think they go down to the surf with just artificials.
Right. Oh, yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
I wonder, do they catch?
Yeah.
I wonder if they catch on those artificials. I would think a spoon would grab something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
It'd be fun and active. I've been thinking about doing it, just like with the second pole, just throwing it just in the shallow.
My guys, they were. Yeah, I mean, I was 2 hours into kingfish in Spanish, and I said, "Hey, do y'all want to go do something else?" You know, and they're like, "Well, what are we gonna do?" And I said, "Well, let's run it on the beach and see if we can find a tarpon." And so I ran in on the beach, and my good buddy Captain Leon Dana, he was already in there, and he said that he had seen 10 or 15 tarpon.
Wow, that's kind of early, isn't it, or no?
It's a little early, but no. If there's, I have seen a few, and so I figured when this bait got thick like it is, they would show up. But my goodness, those big black tips were in there. Those big giant Jack Crevalles were in there, and then there were tarpon in there also.
Sounds like it's not a good weekend to go swimming.
No, and by the way, this bait was in 6 feet of water.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. People that don't fish don't understand. If you go running out in the middle of a bait pod, you're asking for it from something. It may not even be a shark.
I see people do that, and I'm like, sir, ma'am, don't come out here in this. This is not the place.
Yeah, no kidding.
These
I mean, that's for real.
They're not trying to hit you, but
you're not being a Karen. Yeah,
these baits.
Let me ask you a question: Is there such a stat? Is there a second outside of being bitten by a shark in the surf? Are there other fish that people suffer? What is it? Bluefish will get you.
You're damn right, and there's a ton of them in the ocean.
Okay. I've always wondered that because sharks are probably, because they're big enough to do some kind of serious damage. I was wondering if there was another fish that was known for biting humans, and it's the bluefish.
Yeah, bluefish.
Yeah, they got a little row.
Two fish.
Your fish, bluefish. And they got that row of sharp teeth too now.
Brother, let me tell you, if they grab your finger or your toe or something,
stitches.
That's stitches.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, I mean that's some mean. And there's some big ones.
You're never surf fish if you haven't been sawed off by a bluefish.
Exactly.
Never in your life.
Yeah.
All right. So according to you, you can go any and everywhere. Fishing's good this weekend.
It's going to be fantastic, and like I said, and the weather's going to be great. There's plenty of bait, so pick your day. Saturday or Sunday, but definitely get outside because it's going to be pretty.
All right,
really
cool.
pretty.
Don't catch them all today. Enjoy the golf this afternoon.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you in the morning.
All right, my man. There's Captain Kevin Favorite. Join him and the boys for the outdoor show tomorrow. Rabidly popular here on the network. So I'm looking at this top 100 list from college football. This one is put together by On3. Simply the top 100 players in college football for the 2025 season. Florida had 5 of the top 82. I'll get to some of the names that aren't DJ Lagway in just a second. The number 1 player overall is, I'm okay with this, that receiver from Ohio State, ET, that man among boys last year as a freshman, Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah.
Yeah. That's so that Dallas Wilson down there in Gainesville is he's giving Jeremiah Smith vibes. True freshman.
I got to see this kid,
that flipped from Oregon. He had if you watch the spring game, you saw him a lot.
He went crazy.
10 for 190 or something. An edge rusher from South Carolina, Dylan Stewart, is number 2. All right, Caleb Downs, that's a safety at Ohio State. He transferred there from Alabama. He is the number 3 player. Well, let me get to the sexy positions. Top quarterback, number 5 overall, Arizona State, Sam Leavitt. That surprised me. One of the evaluators comped him Bo Nix plus. Might have potential to reach another echelon with his arm strength. Speaking of his 60% depth adjusted accuracy would have trailed only Cam Ward last year.
Bless you, friend.
Nothing to sneeze at. Receiver from Alabama, Ryan Williams, is number 6. All right, now let's just get down. DJ Lenore Sellers, South Carolina quarterback. Second quarterback to show up. Arch Manning of Texas is number 10. Number 12, DJ Lagway, Florida. Here's what they're right. Lagway oozes juice. He was the only Power 4 quarterback to sport a double-digit Pro Football Focus big-time throw percentage. He led the SEC in splash pass percentage, and he finished with college football's second best yards per dropback clip as a freshman. Granted, the Stanford game boosted the bottom line, but even with that matchup, omitted from his profile is 8.7 yards per attempt, and his 15.6% explosive plays were top of the crop in the offseason quarterback study. Florida might be set up to fail due to another brutal schedule, but Lagway's haymakers ought to give the Gators a fighter's chance any given Saturday. So, wow. Very, very high. Garrett Nussmeier, a lot of SEC quarterbacks. Good year quarterbacking in the SEC. Arch Manning, Nussmeier, Sellers, Lagway. All right, let's go down and just let me cherry pick just some other names you might find interesting. Again, just Google On3's Top 100 if you're looking for a school that I'm not going to mention or a player that I'm going to have to swing by. Miami's top-ranked player, number 20, edge rusher Reuben Bain. Florida is going to have a couple of offensive linemen on this top 100 list, so look for that matchup in the early season when the Gators go down to South Florida. Penn State's quarterback, 22, Drew Aller. Number 25, about whom they write this time last year, this player was the consensus QB1 with hardly any blemishes on his passing profile. Things changed after this player's 2024 season didn't go as planned. His general accuracy soured. He logged more interceptions, continued to stink when forced to pass off his mark, and suffered a surgery-requiring injury on his throwing arm. Yet I remain optimistic he can regain his old form. Who are we talking about? Carson Beck. Carson Beck, number 25 in the top 100. All right, now I'll just go down. Jake Slaughter for the Gators, offensive lineman, is number 29. Francis Maigawa of Miami is number 32. He's an offensive lineman. I'm not seeing a ton of Georgia guys here in the top 50, top 100. I don't know if I passed any in that top 25. I don't feel like I did. I've got none from 26 to 50 from Georgia. Meanwhile, like I said, I do have that Gator lineman, Jake Slaughter, at 29. Another Gator shows up at 53. That's Caleb Banks, by the way. Darrell Jackson Jr., a defensive tackle for FSU, is number 52. Still no Georgia Bulldogs, man. Austin Barber, another Gator offensive lineman. He's number 69. Tyreek Sapp, Gator edge rusher. He's number 75. Still no Georgia Bulldogs? Did they leave? Eugene Wilson, Florida receiver, number 81. All right, linebacker C.J. Allen of Georgia's 91. Interior defensive lineman Kristen Miller of Georgia is 96. Are you telling me Georgia only has 91 and 96? Who did I miss? I got to be missing like one of the top 25, didn't I? Did I just blaze by Penn State? I don't think I did. Are you telling me Georgia's top-ranked player in college football this year is 96?
That's crazy.
And they have two in the top 100, and it's 96 and 98? What about all those number one recruiting classes? Where'd those guys go? And, boy, nobody's put them in the league like Georgia, right?
Right.
Just had another year where they set records. Where they put 12 in, I believe. All right, I'm scrolling up here just to make sure I'm not making a mistake in the top, 5 or 10. But I'm seeing Bama and Ohio State and Texas, and I am not seeing Georgia yet. Georgia, wow, only two players in the top 100, 96 and 98. Woo. All right, this Caleb Williams story is juicy from an upcoming book. That'll kick off a football fix when we return on a GFL Friday.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Launch the downloads.
Join the 1010XL podcast network.
And initiate sequence.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
With the first pick in the 2025 draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Duck Duck Rooter, the #1 plumbing, septic, and air conditioning contractor in Florida.
Congratulations, Duck Duck Rooter. So tell us, how does it feel to be picked #1?
Duck Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When you need help with any plumbing, septic, or AC issue, just give us a call and relax. We'll send one of our first-round draft picks to tackle your problems today. DuckDuckRooter.com. That's DuckDuckRooter.com.
Spring selling season is here. If you've been thinking about selling your home, or either worried you're going to have problems, or maybe you've tried selling your home and it's just sitting on the market, let me send you to the experts that are going to take care of that for you real quick. It's Chad and Sandy Newman at chadandsandy.com. You see, they've got a bottom line guarantee. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required cost of repairs. Pick your move date. The success stories just roll in. Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine said, we were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan, needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with their lender and negotiated a higher qualification price plus 1% lower interest. That was huge. It got us our home plus payments $200 less per month than our prior lender. Call the local Jacksonville experts we trust and recommend to sell your home. Call Chad and Sandy today, 414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's chadandsandy.com.
Here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Foods, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. I'm glad Pete Rose is going into the Hall of Fame. But shame on Rob Manfred and Major League Baseball for waiting till after he died to do it. All you had to do it was 2 years ago, and he'd had a year to enjoy it. Instead, we all enjoy it. We shake our heads. When I saw today that he's going to get in, I don't know if I was happy or sad. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. May is Military Appreciation Month, and Nimnik Buick GMC proudly salutes the brave men and women who serve and have served our country. As a thank you, we're offering an additional $500 off select new Buick and GMCs, and every vehicle purchased at Nimnik supports K9s for Warriors. Nimnik thanks you for your service and your sacrifice. Shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com. Value your trade and customize your payment options in seconds. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Are you 18 years or older? Just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I'm Max Fink on your Gator station. 1010XL is your pipeline to Gator Nation. Listen to the Gator Report all year round.
Freshened up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators. 1010XL.
Go, Gator! I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, it only costs for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by November 6th.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Varry here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barry Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarryOrthopedics.com.
Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here. Summer heat is on the rise, but don't sweat it. Big Chief Tire has your back with $50 off all AC services. Whether your system needs a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert team will keep you cool and road ready all season long. With 5 locations across Jacksonville, trusted service is always nearby. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Summer in Jacksonville is coming in hot. Lauren Brooks here. Beat the heat with Turbo Tint. Their window tint blocks up to 99% of harmful UV rays and keeps your ride cool and comfortable. Book today at orangepark.turbotint.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Well, first of all, Baldy, you know this as well as I do. We're not playing real football yet. We're just out on the grass, kind of going through and doing individuals, a lot of install, a lot of education. With that said, I'll say this. Travis Hunter, and I had high expectations. Obviously, we traded up and gave next year's first rounder, or second rounder this year to go get him. We felt like he was the best guy to be a Jaguar. And so we had high expectations. He's exceeded my expectations. You see the athlete on the field. You see how he moves, the change of direction, the body control. But it's the person that I'm most enamored with. Just the natural leadership, the energy he brings, the excitement, the smile. And he's a tireless worker. This is a guy that wants to be the best. And just you watch his demeanor and how he approaches even just the phase 2 workouts on the field, how he approached the rookie mini camp. This is a guy who's hungry to be the best.
You know who that is? That's the EVP, Tony Purcell. He was on Good Morning Football yesterday, so sharing the message nationally. Yeah, look, we kind of touched on this yesterday, ET, with this rookie class. You can't help but get excited about it just hearing from them, hearing their mindset, hearing people talk about the mentality that they're bringing, to the table every day to go to work and be better football players. You got a group of guys that love football, and, that's not enough. But, again, half the W is the V, the vibe.
Yes, sir.
And in this case, the V is the V in the EVP. That's Tony Baselli. And then there's a vibe that apparently was damn near cancerous pre-draft. Last year was Chicago. I'm going to get back to that with the football fix in just a second. But, gosh, just we sit here at 6:46, maybe mention at least the Western Conference semis last night went Denver's way. So we'll now go to a Game 7. This is me as a sports fan when I watch games in series that I don't have a dog in the fight. Even if I like one of them better. I always pull for the team that's behind. It's the damnedest thing. It could be in the game or in the series. And then I get stuck now at this point. See, like I went into the playoffs and into the series, I wanted Oklahoma City to win. Right. I wanted Shea Gilgeous to advance. I want to see the Shea Gilgeous, Anthony Edwards showdown in the West Finals. Remind me to circle back on actually, let me just drop it in right here. This feels like this is a postseason like of a changing of the guard, man. Like the old guys are out. LeBron's and Steph's and Durant past gone. It's Shea Gilgeous. It's Brunson. It's maybe to a degree Halliburton. It's Anthony Edwards. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe too early for that. Jokic is kind of in the middle, right? He's still in his prime. He ain't going anywhere. That man can play. He can play basketball. But with the heart of a champion for Denver last night at home, they fell behind 12 in the first half to Oklahoma City. They charged back. They went on a 12-0 run. To tie it just before half, Oklahoma City hit a 3 right before the break. That's when your boy went lights out with OKC up 3 at the half, and it really felt like Oklahoma City was going to take care of this thing, put it to bed, and, man, that's not how it went down. Denver, a winner. That creates an exciting Game 7 on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to that one. Really looking forward to that one. Meanwhile, my guy here will be on pins and needles tonight. He's got his Knicks in Game 6 against the Celtics, man. You want to talk about some brand name competition for our boy this weekend. He's got Celtics, which Celtics Knicks would have to rate. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and rank the Knicks rivals, but I would say Celtics would be top 3. And then it's rivalry weekend in Major League Baseball. We talked a little bit about this earlier in the week, but that means Yankees Mets on the schedule for the Subway Series as well. All right, let's kick off the football fix. Brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. They're home this weekend. Get out and catch them in action as got a good team. Fun time at the stadium. E.T. will be down there doing his thing.
Turned up.
What time is that game on Saturday? 7?
7 p.m. kick.
All right, big crowds, fun time, man. Jacksonville, we're lucky, that our AAA sports bring big time crowds and fun and atmosphere. All right, so Seth Wickersham is a writer. He works for ESPN, and he has written a book. I told you the name of it before. It was like American Kings, a biography of the quarterback, and it looked at kind of 2024. And it has brought out some details about Caleb Williams and his family and their involvement, the pre-draft thoughts on Chicago that are just awkward as they go through their mini camps. Caleb Williams, according to the book, was so concerned about being picked by the Bears that he and his family weighed circumventing the entire NFL draft, consulting with lawyers to figure out a way around the CBA. Also considered signing with the United Football League. This all according to the book coming out. His father told Seth Wickersham, the author, Chicago is the place quarterbacks go to die.
Ooh.
That was in the months leading up to the 2024 draft. Caleb Williams wondered aloud, quote, do I want to go there? I don't think I can do it with, at the time, Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator. The book's going to be published in September, gives a detailed account of what it means to be a quarterback at various levels, high school to college to the NFL, what it's like for legends in retirement, access to just a ton of big names, past, present. There are also, by the way, so anyway, there's that from Caleb Williams. I did see Ben Johnson immediately say, I don't know how Caleb felt before, but I do know how he feels now. And look, we do have some, we are going to make history here. We've never had a 4,000-yard passer. They will with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, and the newfangled NFL, even in what must be just terrible passing weather in Chicago in that stadium. It's the only thing you can come up with. But there are other details, by the way, because I said it's the quarterback position overall. Let's just say the recruitment of Arch Manning was ruthless. That's a part of the details. Also talks about Colin Hurley's near-death car wreck in January. Hurley from Trinity Christian, a friend of the program and the station. By the way, Wickersham, an ESPN reporter, his first book was on the New England Patriots and was a New York Times bestseller. So Carl Williams, Caleb Williams' father, went to great lengths to try and get out of the draft. He wanted his son to choose his future employer. The Bears had not drafted a star quarterback since the 80s, and the recent selections, again, it makes you nervous, I'm sure. Mitchell Trubisky, Justin Fields, among those that haven't worked out. So there's that. Continuing with a football fix. This is kind of odd. The 49ers selling 6% of their team to 3 families.
That's strange.
Yeah, the Corleones.
Right?
The Boscos. Let's see. Jed York, interested parties have approached it. 3 of the parties who approached the family came with the right offer, so they're working to complete the sale. The Kosla, Dieter, and Griffiths families, the prospective buyers. You go.
Big bank.
Kosla, Dieter, and Griffith getting it done. But Hicken, Thalloran, and Prosser going down and getting about 6% of Jags off of Shad today.
Oh, man, I wish.
How much can we come up with for that? Shad, can we buy about $200,000 worth?
Right.
Can you wait on us to sell some stuff? The NFL schedule makers are saying they have no inside info on Aaron Rodgers. People are wondering that as they look at the Steelers' schedule in particular. And the Colts, because they're got no backbone, have apologized now to Tyreek Hill for their now deleted schedule release video. That's Football Fix. You're welcome.
What's Tyreek Hill, he even tweeted about it. It was like, y'all should have never deleted it. This was funny.
Right? Like, everyone thinks it's funny, but who? Anywho, Hicken and Rival more next. GFL Friday. All that good stuff on a Friday edition of The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hey, this is Derek Trucks on my hometown station 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
This Saturday, Navy Mutual would like to salute all men and women that serve in our armed forces. In 1949, President Truman designated the third Saturday in May as Armed Forces Day due to the unification of all 5 branches of our military into the Department of Defense.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Get tips from PGA pros on Brunch with the Tour with Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser. Tuesday morning at 8:30. Teed up by Clearwater Irrigation and Apex Roofing and Contracting. Brunch provided by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi.
Oh, no.
Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad, on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. You're on-road, you're off-road, now you're on the water. Greg, tell everybody what Coach and Honda is offering in the form of boats.
We've got the Honda boat, which is a great runabout fisherman. We've got the Coach boats. They're fantastic for getting out with a family. Nice lay-down beds, all with that legendary Honda motor on them.
Check them all out. They're waiting for you. You can see how you can be on the water with Honda or with Coach pontoon boats. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Are you ready to play this summer? At the First Coast YMCA, we're committed to being your home for health and wellness and a place for friendly competition with team sports for adults and for kids. Basketball, volleyball, pickleball, flag football, soccer. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Discover all the benefits of YMCA membership and find your fun this summer at the Y. Registration for team sports and summer camps is open now. Visit fcymca.org.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Baker Glass. The 23rd ranked Florida Gators baseball team pulled off a thrilling comeback victory over the 18th ranked Alabama last night, winning 7-6 in the opening game of their final regular season series at the Condor Family Ballpark. Trailing 5-0 after 3 innings, the Gators began their rally in the fourth, scoring in 4 consecutive frames. Gators pitcher Jake Clemente secured the win with 2 scoreless innings, earning his 7th save of the season. Game 2 of the series will be tonight, first pitch at 6:30, streaming live on 10:10 a.m. The number 2 Florida State Seminoles baseball team fell 8-3 to the number 4 North Carolina Tar Heels last night in Tallahassee, opening their final regular season series with a loss. Seminoles will look to rebound the series tonight with Game 2 at 7. It's 71 degrees at 6:59. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
This is how we do. It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
You know it! Sweet Friday! Little emotion, please.
Okay.
Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho!
Whoa, whoa.
Take it, Friday.
Go Friday, go Friday, go Friday, go.
Rapid Friday. Friday!
Hot Friday.
Is that a vape pen?
No, that's that. Never mind.
E, what is that?
That's that. Never mind.
Oh, boy. Oh, dear.
That's that make you giggle for no reason.
Sitting in the back.
That's that give you that munchies.
You know what I feel like saying, E?
What you feel like saying?
I got to do it.
Do it.
One more time. Lassoing, ladies and gentlemen. He's lassoing up the Friday show. Riding and roping is what we're doing. Oh, man. I got to tell you.
Always like to juice it up on Friday morning.
We had a couple incidents yesterday, didn't we?
Oh.
What happened?
Prosser was gone, but what happened? Holy
I forgot about that.
What happened?
Did we ever find out what the cause of that was?
Whoa, this is great. We buried the lead. This is awesome. So we did our, so this has nothing to do with us doing the schedule release.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because I got out of here. I was trying to make a tea time. You got to have priorities.
And they can go check that out on YouTube, by the way.
Yes. Our
who was who was highball? Was ET highball 12 and 5?
Probably. I didn't see them all.
Did you see them all, ET? Did you go through them?
No, I didn't see them
Who was
all.
low? Was Hick low ball 8 and 9?
You know what's funny? No, but he kept saying you were 13 and 4 or something last year.
Yeah.
They pulled up the video, 11 and 6.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't 13 and 4, but I'm not
11 and 6, 13 and 4.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. 9 games difference, 7 games difference. Whatever.
No, it's a big difference. And 13 and 4 makes it sound like you're, slobbering them to the Super Bowl. 11 and 6.
Like he
feels
is this year.
Yeah. Similar.
Anyway, so after that, we're
wow, we got incidents here.
I had a little bit of time to kill, so I went outside.
I was in here just loading the show, doing what
minding
I
our
do.
own business. I was doing some laps, trying to unwind.
And when he says laps, he walks around the parking lot.
Yeah, get my step.
I was in the restroom. Yeah, so that's
you were in the restroom. I was getting my steps in.
Getting the steps in.
Minding my own business. And I swear to you people, I am telling you, it was the loudest explosion bomb like I've ever heard in my life.
Just like boom.
And I looked. First off, I jumped.
The transformer blow? Is that what it was?
No.
I jumped. I grabbed myself because I didn't know if I'd been shot. I looked up. There's a puff of fireball in the sky.
What?
Fireball.
Yeah.
Right here on the south side of Jacksonville.
Right across from that building
The new building
that they're putting together.
Right here across from us.
Yeah.
Where's that in relation to the fire station?
Right across from it.
Across from the
Well,
other
it's a good place for that to happen, I suppose.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know what it was.
We still don't know?
I'm sure someone here.
Okay.
I think Chris went to find out, but we weren't there much longer. Anyway, so we're knocked off the air. I guess the power went out.
Power went out.
So everybody comes out. Like, what happened? I said, I tried to tell them I don't know. Is this some and then before they had made their way out, there was a second explosion, not quite as loud, but another one. But I'm telling you, the first one was like, my God.
Can I ask
Shook me up.
What you were thinking? Did you have a thought one way or the other? Did you go through a variety of what was that? What did you think it was? Or
It was like
we're getting bombed by the Koreans?
Well, no, I didn't. That didn't cross my mind. But in my mind, it was like a bad moment, like something bad just happened.
Okay, yeah.
Like that isn't supposed to happen. I'm telling you, it reverbed in my ears.
No, I hear you.
You could feel.
It's the loudest thing. The reason I asked, the loudest thing that I've ever heard was it like a transformer blowing.
Those are loud.
And that's like a bomb.
And if you're right by it, it is.
And so, yeah, the good thing about doing the show is that we can have 3 minutes of this conversation, and someone will either go on the text line or call ET and tell us exactly what happened.
Well, I hope
ET
everybody
doesn't know.
I hope everybody was
Does
okay.
ET know what happened?
No.
Man,
Now there was
journalists are y'all.
There
man.
wasn't any. Well, there wasn't any like running to the. So it
It's not
wasn't
like the fire truck slowed it up.
No, the fire trucks didn't come out or anything like that. So I don't think anybody got hurt or anything like that. But yeah, it was crazy. So that occurred, and then I also noticed yesterday. And this is a given. This is just a public service announcement for you people here in Jacksonville. But the oven was flicked back on yesterday.
You know what? We didn't get super hot yesterday. It wasn't super hot because when I got in the truck, it said 96. I'm like, dang, that didn't feel like 96.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the oven is back.
Well, what you should do if it's going to be hot like that, Dan, is just go tank top and barefoot. Dude, I had the oddest thing happen to me on the golf course yesterday, bro. This guy was just out there. He was out there on another planet. Janet from another planet. He just let this guy through, and so be it.
Was he by himself?
Yeah, playing by himself.
What kind of gear did he have?
Barefoot.
He was barefoot, tank top.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he played through us on the par 3 13. He played through us twice, actually. We let him through on the front on like the second hole, and it went on through, and I thought that'd be the end. First time in my life I've let the same guy play through twice.
What'd he go at the turn?
With the turn, he went inside and did God knows what for 8 hours. And so then again on 13, which if you guys know Joe and the Creek, it's like a little 150, 160-yard par 3, and we all hit our balls, and he comes up on us and comes out of the car and talking a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, feel me out there. You know what I'm saying? Talking a mile a minute, like we're all part of the same group. Walks up to the tee to hit. We're like, dude, please just go hit, go. My man brings a driver up to the tee, and so one of the guys I'm playing with said, well, you got to go get a different club. He goes, no, watch this. He tees up the driver about 8 inches high, flips his wrist, and I popped it up there probably on the fringe somewhere. And then he's telling some story of shot a 39 on the front. And I was like, bro, I will go play the front with you right now. And if you shoot 45, I'll give you $1,000. But it was the attire and the way it went. It was the most bizarre. And I've seen a lot of crazy bleep on golf courses through the years, Hick. I've taken a lot of trips, a lot of stuff. This is top 5, top 10 weirdest stuff that just happened to me.
But Jeff, what was crazy is the gate. You know, the gate is all electrical too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so no one could get out?
Yeah.
Could they couldn't
Oh,
could they make it go manually?
Yeah, manually.
We had Emmanuel had to manually.
Your boy had to get, you know what I'm saying, hands dirty real quick.
I thought you had to go Smokey and the Bandit and just barrel right through that thing with Hicks Big Blue, you know?
Yeah.
Had to lead the way out.
I had a few minutes left, but yeah, it was good. It was crazy. It was a crazy day, and then and it was hot. It was hot out. It's hot. The boys are texting me. Yeah, one of our first caller, Paul, just said he was working out in the
hot
garage,
yesterday.
and he said it was.
I was shocked. I don't disagree with you. That's hot, and it's going to be like that for the next 3 days. But I was surprised when I got in the truck. Usually, if you play golf and it's 96, you're dragging A by the end of the round.
Yeah,
and it didn't feel that hot for us, but it was probably hotter when in the later afternoon than the middle of the day.
And I went and sucked down some ice waters, man, because it was so hot. And then didn't get to watch the.
We had a few ice waters with hops in them. Couple hops. In them.
Very nice.
Threw a hop in them.
Then last night didn't get to watch all the Gator game because I had to do an event. Got back. It was it was like 9:00 when I got home. What a great performance by the Gator baseball team. I am just so elated, but it was costly. We had 2 more guys go down. The injury is it's incredible. And one is done. I think Luke Heyman fractured his forearm. Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know how far this team can go, but if they could somehow pull off a host of they're now 14-14. They were 1-11 in the SEC. So pretty incredible stuff going on in baseball. They were down 5-0 to Alabama, and they beat them 7-6.
A ranked team.
Yeah, and Brody Donay hit a 2-run homer in the 7th.
But I mean.
And then they held on.
Heyman's a major piece, no?
Major piece. Yeah. Major piece. Terrible.
What about any pitchers injured? Or because the pitching turnaround has kind of been a big key here.
Part of it, but so is the hitting. Yeah. Pitching has come back. Pitchers are back. As many that are going to come back are back. They had a young kid last night. Had to burn a red shirt.
You just have to. You got to do what you got to do.
Florida's down 6-4. Kid goes up, hits a double down the left field line.
Well, maybe
it's a great moment, but yet
is that Heyman's replacement?
Well, they had
Will it be?
I don't know. No, because I think he's more of an outfielder. I think somebody had to come in to catch, and So anyway, nonetheless, really a terrific moment for Florida baseball last night. And
they've had a bunch of them here in the second half.
Man, oh man, a tip of the cap. I also flipped over and caught a little bit of Texas and Oklahoma were playing. Baseball.
They're both good too.
Texas ended up winning, but when I was watching, the kid from Fletcher, Kyson Witherspoon, was pitching, and he was untouchable, man. He's going to go in like the top 15 of the draft. Pitches for Oklahoma.
Is that the kid y'all played with?
Yeah, we grew up with him and his twins. Yeah.
What is the other brother?
Malachi. Kyson and Malachi.
They play both for Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Do they both play?
Yeah, both pitchers.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's 95, pretty consistent.
I remember it was a narrative that they were going to be drafted coming out of high school. And
they were.
Yeah. And they just didn't quite go where they wanted
one
to.
One did get drafted, and then they didn't. Yeah. And then, anyway, he was terrific. He came out, though, and Texas came back and won. So Texas clinched a tie for the SEC regular season. So Texas has done well they've just moved in seamlessly.
I mean, it would seem that if Florida wins 2 out of 3, I mean, from what I'm reading, and I haven't kept up with it all year long, I've been more interested, quite frankly, in other Gator sports. I've followed the Big 12 champion women's lacrosse team. It's kind of been my baby, my pet project through this, and I've got them now into the Final Four. But
Did you say Big 12? Why is that, Jeff?
They're the Big 12 champ. Well, because the SEC doesn't have lacrosse, Dan. So we decided, we're tired of winning SEC crowns. Let's go win a Big 12 title.
Gotcha.
So they played Big 12 lacrosse, where they won that conference crown, and now they're on into they beat Duke, the Duke lacrosse team. No scandal, but they beat Duke last night, so they're into the Final Four.
Why is everybody saying the Jokic play was dirty?
Which one?
With Holmgren. And Holmgren went down. Doesn't look dirty to me.
I didn't see that. Holmgren didn't stay down, did he? What did I miss? He was like injured. He's not injured. Are you talking about like he got slapped in the face a little bit?
No. Holmgren's on a fast break. He's going to lay it in.
Oh, I saw that. He just bumped him.
Yeah.
They're saying, the reason that. Yeah,
it's not like he cut his legs out.
Well, I think they're saying though that he did. That he kind of bumped when you nudge them lower body and throw their weight. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
I saw that. I don't remember the announcers even making a deal about it.
It's probably just social media.
Yeah, I don't think he stayed down. If this was is that a first half play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
49-all.
No, yeah, he didn't stay down or
No,
anything.
he played, yeah.
Yeah. That I don't think that was a big thing.
They're like, Jokic should be suspended
Yeah,
for this.
none of that. I didn't think that. That wasn't talked about by the announcers. So that would be a social media overreaction.
I got a guy gushing blood, and it wasn't a dirty play.
Yeah,
I mean,
look, it was like grayish because Holmgren's off his feet, not have any balance, and if you just kind of knock him off balance, some bad things could happen. But no, that was in no way just kind of defined that way.
All right, before we,
can I just express one just a burst of Braves optimism?
Yeah,
just one. I don't know what happened like 2.5 weeks ago for AJ Smith-Shawver. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he went to Tom Lemansky's pitching camp. I don't know if he got some sort of fusion in his arm. I don't know what he did, but I know the last 3 starts, the dude's ERA is like .36, and he's 2.3 overall now, and is going to, very quickly earning his way into a starting spot all year. And golly, he was needed. And with Strider coming back to Washington series, the top 4, if they stay healthy, are going to give the Braves a fighting chance. And the starting pitching, quite frankly, hadn't been the problem this year. But anyway, Smith-Shawver, the way he's pitched is really those 3 wins, you could argue, are why they're 500, because that's the bottom of the rotation when he's made those starts.
Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day, brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Florida Gators, and the PGA Tour. Right now, you can get a 4.99% fixed interest rate at 15 different locations.
All across Jacksonville, Florida. 15 of them things.
Thank you. You in the Bahamas over there?
I was just reading the poll question.
Guess the Jags record after the first 4 games. Carolina at Cincy, Houston, and at San Fran. Guess the Jaguars record after the first 4 games. Carolina at Cincy, Houston, and at San Fran. You have 4 choices. Therefore, you have one lumped together. You have 4-0, a perfect 4-0.
That's going to be single digits.
You have 3-1. You have 2-2, or your last choice is 1-3 or 0-4.
All right, 2-2 is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's then we're gauging the optimism, pessimism. Like the optimism makes you want to say they'll be 3-1. The pessimism says they'll be 0-4 or 1-3. I think pessimism, deservedly, even with all of the ecosystem talk around here, pessimism probably still slightly wins. So I'm going to go 2-2 wins, 1-3, 3-4 is next, and very closely followed by 3-1.
E, what say you?
4-0.
And I say 2-2. That's what I think they'll be. I would have said 2-2 myself.
61.5% say 2-2. 21.7% say 1-3, 0-4. 11.8% say 3-1. 5%.
I knocked it out.
Say 4-0. We have almost 400 votes.
I've never correctly polled the poll question like I just did there. I'm going to retire on that one.
Powerful.
Down to the percentages almost.
You thought it was powerful?
Powerful.
I don't know. I just, lest the Googans think we don't know what they're thinking, Hick.
Just to be fair,
since when?
I don't want to give the Googans a fair point of criticism. I talked about the Gator baseball team. FSU played North Carolina last night. FSU lost to North Carolina.
That catch was crazy.
Yeah, right?
In the corner?
Yes.
Yeah. That was that. I don't want to. College-wise, that might be one of the best I've ever seen.
And
because my man overran it,
he did,
threw his arm back athletically,
and he protected
spun
himself.
his body,
and
slammed into the wall and caught it. His name's Chase Williams, I believe.
Do you see? And by the way, take a look at the fence where he. Look at
is it all dented up?
Dude, it's ripped in it, isn't it? Is that the one? There were like 3 in baseball yesterday, 3 college games where kids ran into the wall. Isn't the FSU that's not the one?
I can't tell. It's in the left field corner.
Yeah, it's in the corner. And then after he makes the play and hops up, if you look at the fence, it looked like there was like a chunk out of it. But that may be, like I said, I may be mixing that up with a different one.
What a catch. You should check it out. I put it on Twitter, but
explosive.
Yeah, outstanding job. So, anyways.
All right, let's come back with Tim and the Drill. We haven't talked about the PGA yet. Golf second major is underway, and the major season and golf season has given me the chance to make some wild proclamations, some wild guarantees. Like, it's not often you can look at the first round of a major, Dan, and have somebody guarantee you the top 19 there. Ain't none of them winning, but that's what it looks like. So we'll get into that and much more up and rolling here on a GFL Friday. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
It's going to be an interesting football season for the Florida Gators, man. one hand here you have Billy Napier, right, who was left for dead halfway through last year. There wasn't a Gator fan who wanted this guy to continue. And yet, DJ Lagway got in. He went 6-1 as a starter. Optimism rings over the offseason, but it's not just DJ Lagway, right? They got other good players that Napier has been stockpiling. And if you look at now rankings and teams in terms of like the top 100, you're going to see not just DJ Lagway. You know, you're going to see their All-American center. You're going to see Jacksonville's own at left tackle. You're going to see wide receiver. You're going to see other position players in the top 100. This hasn't happened in years at Florida, and it's a big reason why there's such optimism.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Get a Gator baseball chomp on 1010XL.
The Gators try to make a meal out of the Crimson Tide. Florida, Alabama. Tonight at 6:30 and tomorrow at 4 on 1010 AM.
Hey, you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977. You know what that screams? Stability and excellence. Surfside Pools, that's who I'm talking about. The trusted name for expert pool design. Surfside Pools is family owned. Love that. They offer pool service. They do my pool weekly and do a great job. Equipment, repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and of course, new pool construction. Man, I'm telling you what. Let Surfside Pools transform that backyard of yours into the oasis you crave. You ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net. Surfsidepools.net. You call them too, 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, gang. It's where luxury meets leisure.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects? Or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Chelsea here from Renewal by Anderson. Before you invite family and friends over for summer fun, treat yourself and your home to new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson has a great deal to get you started. We're excited to offer our Window of Opportunity Savings Event. Buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
The PGA Championship is known for testing a golfer's all-around game.
It's a very difficult putt to read.
Hear updates and coverage of the PGA Championship, teed up by TopDressing.com and St. John's Middle School Athletic Association.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Poker players, get ready for the action. The $200 no-limit hold'em Stars and Stripes poker tournament happens at Best Bet Orange Park on May 26th. With 6 starting flights and a guaranteed prize pool of $50,000, it's your chance to claim victory and win big. And there's more. Don't miss $42,000 in high hands every 30 minutes from 10 a.m. to midnight at all 3 locations. For more details on how to join the action, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
We got sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. E tells me all the time it's razzle dazzle. E, is it Brit Floyd one more time?
It is Brit Floyd, B-R-I-T. Brit Floyd live at the Florida Theater May 20th. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com, but one lucky winner will win a pair of tickets at the end of the 10-minute drill.
They're hot tickets, man. They go fast.
Hot, sir.
They are hot time in the city. 95 today, by the way, is your high.
Yeah, 96 yesterday when I got in the truck. I want to share this, though, because it's there's like a couple of days a year, a couple of times a year.
Jeff is eating 2 slices of pepperoni pizza.
Oh, it's going to be good. Yes, this is a magnificent.
Bro, where you get that from? Did you bring that in?
Yeah.
I saw you come in. I'm like, well, hold on. I went in the fridge and I ain't seen no pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, and I've hit it in the broiler just perfect, so it's going to be like a little
little crust
crispy.
on that.
This is going to be so good in the break.
Crispy.
I've heated it up strong, so while we'll do this segment when we go to break, it'll be cooled down to the perfect eating temperature. My mouth is watering right now. I'm like Pavlov's dog.
Salivation.
Listen, there's a couple of days a year where, due to atmospheric pressure and electron activity and the rings of Saturn and the moons of Jupiter, that the 92.5 gets interfered with left and right and all over the place, and we're in one of those little. It's above my pay grade. Again? Yeah, they come to us and we say, hey, what's going on? People complain about saying, it's atmospheric. Right? So I don't know, man. The Earth's tilt is different for the next couple of days, and it'll be back to normal. In the meantime, you can do any of the apps, any of the listening apps. You can do
YouTube.
1010 AM. You can do YouTube. But I feel you. It's frustrating, this has been happening, honest to goodness, Dan, since the day we started on 92.5.
Yeah.
There's a couple of days a year where it's all kinds of bleed through. They say it's atmospheric this. I don't know. It's electron, magnetism. I don't know what it is, but
ask Richie.
We feel you. And again, 10:10 a.m. You won't get that. You won't have that interference.
It's interesting because I heard it fine on the way in.
It's not as bad as it was the day before, but it is still out and about. Certain areas of town are going to be a little bit worse. It was still overlap. I couldn't listen to 10:10 this morning.
This is how we fix it in Russia. Dang.
Drink vodka.
Yeah, he's just brought a sledgehammer into
That's
do the
what I
party
would
there.
do.
So total sugar show in round one, where mud ball was a bigger phrase than good golf.
I didn't see it, but did Scotty actually hit it in water on one of the fairways and had to play it like out of a little puddle?
I did not see that. I was on the golf course. I didn't see much golf yesterday. I just caught the synopsis. I watched the last players play their last 4 or 5 holes, and none of them were really in contention.
I did notice Johnson Wagner tried to hit a mud ball and saying that you can do it if you do this, and this, and then he shoved it right.
It's all. I will say this, and I'm not for the pampered. I'm not for pampered golfers.
Right.
But if you're going to have a major, and it can be here's the thing with having a local rule of cleaning your ball. It's not if you hit it in the fairway. Okay, It shouldn't be. You shouldn't play a major championship where one guy hits it in the fairway and he's got a clod of mud and he's sitting in a 1/4 inch of water, and another guy hits it in a fairway and he's got a nice dry lie.
Right.
The fairway is the target. You shouldn't have to hit a certain part of the fairway to be put on equal footing for having pulled off a shot. And again, if they weren't picking up chunks, they made a huge mistake. And the problem is once you start playing without being able to improve your line, clean your ball, it's not like you can see the first 4 groups struggle and go, uh-oh, we're going to change our mind.
Right.
Because you've already, made 3 or 4 groups play without it. So, terrible.
Yeah.
It was a bad decision. This isn't from a whiny, complaining golf.
No, what we've got now is we've got unknowns at top of the leaderboard. Now, it may even out, but right
the top
now.
19, again, I said this similar. I don't remember which tournament it was or what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did it more like so-and-so's winning because look at the ones behind them. In this case, and that was like maybe it was – but in this case, I don't know who's winning the PGA Championship, but I know who's not. And now read the first 19 names on the leaderboard.
Wow.
Yeah. There are 2 in there that you could say, hold on, and that's Matthew Fitzpatrick and Terrell Hatton. None of the other 16 is there a snowball's chance in hell that they win the PGA Championship. So that means that the PGA Championship really starts at like 2 under with Scheffler and his group. And between his 2 under and Rory's 3 over, now you're just talking about a 5 shot. And there are a bunch of them that are in that window. All of the big names. From the Liv, the Roms, and the DeChambeaus and that contingent to Schauffele and JT and all Deschamps, all of them. They're all in that group. And so the top 19, enjoy it. Johnny Vegas, take a picture, son. Enjoy it. Tell your grandkids about leading the PGA. You ain't winning it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well.
But that's good. That's going to mean that our winner is going to have to come from behind. And that's a compelling story. Oberg's another one -1. If you look, Morikawa's -1. They're just all the who's who.
They're everywhere.
But this is how off-center yesterday's round was. Ryder Cup captains are typically ceremonial picks, guys who have played their best golf long ago. And Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley, of all the players that will be on the Ryder Cup this year, have the best scores. In other words, they have better scores than anybody who's going to be on their Ryder Cup team. They beat them in round 1. Think about that. Luke Donald beat Rory McIlroy by 7, and Keegan Bradley beat Scotty Scheffler by 4.
Yeah.
Or 3 or whatever it is. So it was a bit off.
Yeah. It's it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun weekend. I saw one of your former guys is in a little bit of hot water.
For a call?
Yeah.
What was it? Domestic?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
He threw something into a vehicle, like gunned it. Well, he had a hell of an arm, so I mean
probably shouldn't do that.
Probably shouldn't do that, man. Gee whiz. So this Caleb Williams thing is interesting.
Okay.
So here's Caleb Williams, and give him the backstory, Pross.
The bottom line is this. Caleb Williams looked at the same stats that we've talked about here in amazement. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer. They've never had a 35-touchdown thrower. Is that what it is? Whatever it is. It is. We've said, Chicago's a place where drafted quarterbacks go to die. Well, guess who else was saying that? Caleb Williams and his crew. So it's coming out that pre-draft, they were considering all kinds of possibilities to avoid playing in Chicago at all costs. Challenging the CBA. Doing all the things that every athlete comes along thinks he's special and different and shouldn't be held to the same, formula that those that preceded him. But they went so far to go publicly for have Caleb badmouth the city of Chicago. They threw that plan around. Just stuff that doesn't age well now publicly a year later. Right. But you have Ben Johnson, and I think that this year that 4,000-yard passing mark is going to be eclipsed for the first time.
And the Williams side, presented about the watching film stuff. And I heard a good point about that, and basically.
But what does that have to do with, why is that anti-Chicago?
Well, he said none of the coaches would watch. He doesn't know how to watch, Caleb Williams doesn't know how to watch film. None of the coaches would show him. None of the coaches worked with him, blah, blah, blah. So an inept coaching staff is how it was kind of presented.
And they gathered all this from their 2 hours pre-draft.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the only time you can be with them to watch film. I don't know what he's talking about.
During the season, he's saying nobody would watch film with him.
Oh, on it for USC, you mean?
Huh?
I don't understand. Oh, during
Caleb
last
Williams,
year.
when he was on the Chicago Bears, said no one would watch film with him. He's by, I
was confused because every comment from the dad was all pre-draft stuff. That's why he threw me off.
So
he's been asked about this now that it's coming out.
I guess.
Saying, okay.
So this is what I heard this, and so at first you're like, God, what kind of coaches are they? Well, that may be true, but at that level, you got to take it upon yourself as a young quarterback to connect with people who, there are so many. Quarterback is a CEO position, okay? And you have to manage it properly, and it's a full-time gig. It's not just playing, and it's also, by the way, one of the most, like, if a quarterback does well or doesn't do well, the stuff doesn't come out of the confines. They keep it in there. In other words, they'll tell you, oh, he's the first one here every day when things are starting out. And then when things start to change, suddenly, you once it goes bad, then you hear, oh, he never came.
He didn't put enough time in.
Yeah, he didn't put enough time. But anyway.
The only thing that I would say real quickly, and then you can continue with this, is I find it hard to believe that over the course of an NFL season, staff members, whether game planning or otherwise, don't go through film with their quarterback.
I know.
I don't believe that. I think that's a lie. Either in transmission from Caleb to his dad or his dad to I could be wrong, and maybe when next time we have a Jaguar coach on or Tony on or something, we can add. I can't imagine a quarterback has ever gone through a season where numerous times a week he's not looking at film.
The Seth Wickersham book about quarterbacks detailing how Caleb Williams said he didn't have anyone telling him what to watch on film set off one former Bears quarterback on social media. Easily the most embarrassing aspect for the Bears of the entire Seth Wickersham book detailing how Caleb Williams' dad didn't want him coming to Chicago was what the Bears quarterback said about watching film. He said he would watch film alone without direction of the staff. If a quarterback isn't watching film or doesn't know what to watch and isn't watching with some coaches, what are they paying the coaches to do? Shows a level of total neglect. My point is this, though. As a young quarterback, find somebody who can, this isn't working for me. So either somebody watch film or I'm going to go, I'll say this.
We need to put this aside and ask Denny about this, too.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb Guy.
Oh, yeah. I'll say this. Shedeur Sanders, he can pick up the phone and call Tom Brady. You know? Warren Moon has offered to help Cam Ward.
Don't you think
these former quarterbacks are at these current quarterbacks' disposal, man?
I don't believe that no one is watching film with Caleb Williams. I don't believe that. No. I can't believe. Denny and his guys probably watch film with Caleb Williams. I find it hard to believe that an NFL team goes through a season where the coordinator, the quarterback coach, the game, just from a game plan, you're not looking at what you did or what worked. Are you telling me on the sideline, Dan, that Caleb Williams doesn't have a surface pad like others and there's not a coach there looking at stuff with him?
No one tells me what to watch was Williams' comment about the film to his father in the story. I just turn it on.
See, I'm confused because everything in the book was from pre-draft in 24.
Apparently not, because this is from the book.
So they must have started there and then circled back. I don't know. That's odd.
Chase Daniel was in disbelief and detailed how the quarterback should have been watching film each week. This is insane. I had to learn from Drew Brees on what to watch, but what you watch is very simple. And that's the other thing. You learn from other quarterbacks.
Well, if that sounds like maybe that you – but also he was a backup. Maybe it's standard that starting quarterbacks they do it on their own.
Every single time you're coming in on Tuesday, you're spending 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and you're watching those games, Daniel said. Wednesday is coming in and watching film of base downs and base pressures. You get a feel for that because install on Wednesday is first and second downs. After Wednesday's practice, you're going to stay there. You're going to watch third downs because third downs on Thursday. Then Thursday morning, you're going to get in. You're going to watch third down defensive pressures. You're going to watch third down blitzes, and you're going to watch what the team does on third down.
In fairness, you don't need a lot of instruction there. That's just you looking at what teams do and their tendencies. You don't need a coach explaining it. You see it there in front of you. And you've been playing football for a lot of years.
Yeah, but listen,
I don't think coaches do that to that degree.
This is malfeasance. This is unbelievable. I mean, but like I said, Caleb Williams is on you too.
There's 2 points though. What Caleb was saying is most quarterbacks who put in the film work, they don't have a babysitter for that film work. That's what he's saying.
I don't know about that.
There's a portion of the week where maybe they show you, but it's taking your thing home and looking at it. And to your point, if you have a question, Coach, what should I really be looking at? Then ask them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a two-way.
They signed Case Keenum, by the way, which is a really good move.
Maybe he can teach them how to read or to watch the film, perhaps.
All right, 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. You tell them what they're going to win.
A pair of tickets to see Britt Floyd live at the Florida Theater.
Is that Britt Floyd?
B-R-I-T. That's Bravo, Romeo, Indigo, Tango.
Wow.
Floyd live at the Florida Theater.
That was Coast Guard like it.
That's right.
Gave me chills.
May 20th. Tickets on sale now at FloridaTheater.com, but one lucky winner can hit me up right now for a pair of tickets. 904-641-1010.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Where are you headed, cowboy?
1010XL.
I always wanted to go there.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
The ultimate Pink Floyd experience is back. Britt Floyd returns, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd's legendary Wish You Were Here album. It's Britt Floyd, May 20th at Florida Theater. Tickets on sale now at FloridaTheater.com.
Hey, don't buy a diamond at one of those big box corporate jewelers in the town center until you see what Beard's Diamonds can offer. Hey, it's Hicken here. Beard's Diamonds give you a better price on a better quality diamond. You heard me. You want to know why? Because they're not beholden to Wall Street. They're beholden to the people of Jacksonville, and we are to Beard's Diamonds. Only locally owned jeweler in the town center. The Lupos, man. Nobody better. And Beard's has the best diamond selection in the region. No middleman prices on hand-picked diamonds. All shapes, all sizes. Top bridal designers, Corey Viraggio. Associates are real diamond experts. They'll teach you how to buy a diamond the smart way, like a dealer does. We're really lucky to have Beard's here as a refreshing alternative. You get it all. Listen to me. No compromises. Highest quality, personal service, no middleman pricing, and the best part, unbeatable guarantees. I'll say it and I'll say it again. It's Beard's Diamonds, and it's the only locally owned jeweler in the St. John's Town Center. Go visit Beard's Diamonds.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit CSSOutdoor.com. Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow-ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hunters know patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
At Tucker Equipment Rental in Neptune Beach, you just don't rent quality machines, you rent quality customer service. Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Dave. Tucker Equipment Rental has been supplying Jacksonville with equipment and event rental for over 50 years.
From commercial and homeowner projects, we've got what you need: lifts, dirt equipment, and landscape equipment.
And don't forget about event rentals, from festivals to weddings to backyard barbecues.
Local, knowledgeable, and always ready to help.
Tucker Equipment Rentals.
You need it, we've got it, come see us.
It's your go-to for golf talk. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
All we need to do is develop the rest of your game. Then you'll be unstoppable, son.
Get local updates, gear reviews, and all things golf talk. Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kickoff at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football, fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. Go Sharks!
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Talk some college ball, man. I'm in the mood. 100 days till college football.
My pizza was good, boy.
Yeah, you ate both pieces in the break.
Yes, I did.
Lots of stuff going on. There's storylines everywhere.
What do we got?
I'll just throw a few out, man, but there's a lot of them. Like,
I got a good one. I got a storyline for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to listen to yours first because this is your segment.
That's not my segment.
Your target.
Let's look at this. Let's talk off the field. Is this NIL's last big hurrah? That's one of the storylines. Schools such as Texas Tech have leaned into the NIL era. 20 incoming transfers and standard deals for all players in multiple sports. But once the $2.8 billion House versus NCAA settlement is approved by the judge, the NCAA says it will begin new oversight of NIL compliance. Well, that's not good either. Letting the NCAA back in is stupid. With distribution of up to $20.8 million in revenue sharing allocated to be paid directly to players, the NCAA says it'll take a closer look at NIL enforcement. With all deals of $600 or more subject to independent review. That's a lot of reviews, boy.
Yeah.
What was our guy's name who used to come when you hated to hear that
Chuck
guy's name?
Smirt.
Chuck Smirt is that on campus.
SMRT.
Oh,
Smirt.
hell.
Chuck Smirt.
Chuck Smirt's on campus. We got a problem, boys.
That was back in the day where they just hit one big boy a summer. It'd be Nebraska, and then it'd be Florida, and then it'd be FA. Yeah, just hit one a year.
Just the worst. The absolute worst. The most nonsensical, stupid, moronic, it's just unbelievable.
They need a new organization outside of the NCAA, but it does need some sort of...
He's a governing body. Needs regulation. That's fine, but it doesn't need to be the NCAA.
It's way out of control.
Take it away from the NCAA. Anyway.
But Dan, and with all due respect, all those words they were just words in my head as you read and said them. I'm so tired of the this trigger amount and this deal. I don't
But we don't have to deal with it.
I know we don't.
They do.
And I don't care if they do.
Yeah.
They make a lot of money to deal with it, so y'all deal with it.
Yeah.
And if it's a pain for the fans, it's not near as big a pain as it is for the coaches and the organizers and for them to survive. And you know what? Y'all make a lot of money, so guess what? Now you also got to manage all these kids and their financial expectations. Boo-hoo. You make $7 million a year, doing something other than X's O's, maybe should come with it.
I think one of the more fascinating stories is Belly and how he will do. And what's interesting to me...
Why is he making the rounds? He has a book out?
Yeah.
Like every morning he's been on a morning show.
Yeah. What's interesting to me is that, and I don't know if TCU's got a good team back or not. They fell away from their Final Four team
in basketball?
last year. No, from football. That's who UNC opens with.
Oh. I got confused because you Texas Tech in the NIL. Never mind. You see what I'm saying?
No.
See where I'm coming from?
No.
Texas Tech's a big spender in NIL football. So I was thinking Texas Tech when you said TCU, so I was thinking that's why.
Anyway, I
wasn't thinking basketball.
So TCU, Charlotte, Richmond, UCF, Clemson, Cal, Virginia, Syracuse, Stanford, Wake Forest, Duke, NC State. This is the easiest schedule in the world. This guy, if he doesn't win 9 games, he should be fired.
Who is the quarterback? What did they end up settling
They got
on?
that kid from South Al, I believe.
Oh, that's right. That's what.
I believe that's who they got.
This
is a really manageable schedule.
It's a very, 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 again, I don't care. It is what it is. This should be good news, FSU fan. Don't take offense. It is a Week A conference, man.
Yeah.
That conference is down, bro. I was looking at the top 100 list. There was a couple of things that jumped out at me from that, and we'll get to that in a minute. But one thing is they weren't as high on Klubnik as some of the others. Like I saw a lot of quarterbacks before I saw Klubnik's name. And none of them, by the way, are in the ACC.
No Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders of Colorado. How will Dion do going forward? That'll be an interesting storyline.
Answer, not good.
Caleb DeBoer at Alabama, 4 losses last year. Don't do that again, Caleb.
I'll give
you get a year.
You get a 1 year.
Yeah.
If you go 9-4 this year, the natives are going to be restless.
Very restless. Very restless. Arch Manning's debut obviously is a huge storyline.
Sure. I
That'll
saw
be
him
fun.
at number 10 on that overall players list. There's 2 quarterbacks very high. They're both in the top 12, Arch Manning and DJ Lagway, who on the field have not totally proven themselves yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
SEC quarterbacks should be a part of it. Lenore Sanders, Arch Manning, DJ Lagway, Nussmeier. There's a lot of them in that top 15.
Coaching encores, a lot can change in one season. Ask Mike Norvell on one side or ask Ryan Day on the other. Mike Norvell went from the penthouse to the outhouse. Ain't nobody ever done 13-1 to 2-10. Has anyone ever done that? I mean, that is a penthouse outhouse.
Yeah. I can't. By the way, I have a new avatar if I'm Ryan Day.
Uh-huh.
I have a new avatar, which is the icon that you'll put on your Twitter page. It's a middle finger with a championship ring on it.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you.
Well, they lost to Michigan again.
I'm not listening to you jackals and hyenas talk about how worthy I am to be your coach ever again.
Yeah.
You can all pound rocks. If you don't enjoy the natty, that's on you.
Yeah.
Here's a middle finger for you.
I wouldn't, but are there those out there who would? Like if FSU beat Florida and Florida won the Natty, would you take that as a Florida Gator fan?
Of course.
Of course you would. So, but there are those who would say that, losing to Michigan.
Well, that line of thinking and that mentality will be that'll die off. That's such an old man. What are you talking about?
That was like right after the Michigan game.
Yeah.
That was enormously awful job by Ryan Day, that game plan, what they tried to do. They ran right into Mason Graham over and over. They've got all this talent on the outside, and they did not attack.
Right.
It was
right.
And that was Chip Kelly and him deciding to do that.
Yeah.
Made no sense.
Trying to
Still makes no sense.
Outsmart themselves.
Yeah. But anyway.
But that natty now, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm done. He didn't have a natty. He's just had some Final Fours.
Yeah.
A title game appearance, but that was the first national title for him, right? Yeah.
Rich Rod went back to his alma mater. Scott Frost went back to UCF. So they'll try to get things going in terms of coaching encores going forward. So there's a lot of good storylines in college football. Here's some more stuff. 10 best games to watch. The best game to watch, they say, this year is the first game, Texas at Ohio State. Welcome to college football, Arch.
Yeah, that's a good one. It will most likely be 1 and 2.
Second game, best game to watch, Alabama at Georgia.
Yeah, that's kind of go ahead and give you the 2026 list, and you'll probably say the same thing.
Penn State at Ohio State. Texas at Georgia. Damn,
Yeah,
Arch.
these are
Arch, you got two tough ones there.
You know what I would like to this column to instead be? To not include conference games.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all year, every year. These are huge games.
What's a conference game? Is Oregon at Penn State a conference game?
Yeah.
Okay. How about Boise State at Notre Dame?
There you go. Notre Dame, Miami. Some of those kind of games, FSU, Alabama. What are the ones that you can't? There's LSU, Clemson.
How about South Dakota at North Dakota State?
I mean, if you live in the Dakotas, you're big on it.
Yeah.
If you live here, you don't care less.
That's it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm in the care less category on that one.
All right.
I'm going to tell you. You ready for today's Shazam Spotlight, Hick?
Yeah.
This is like this. I have gone back over ET 3 and 4 times now. This list for deathly fear that I must have made a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is unbelievable. This is undeniably.
It's crazy.
It's just
Undeniably. What do you got?
Well, Dan, I got a list of the top. I've got that.
I got a list.
I don't know what that means. The on 3 top 100 players in college football.
Okay.
By the way, 6 Gators in the top 82.
Who's put out this list?
On 3.
Okay.
So it's the same top 100 you were talking about earlier, I thought.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Just confirming.
6 Gators in the top 81.
Yes.
Including 12 and 26 and 41 and 53.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Go Gator. Thank you.
The Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com and the Murray Ford Superstores.
Mm-hmm.
How many, and you probably heard us talking about this, so you may know this answer already. But
I just know everything.
How many Georgia Bulldogs are in the top 100?
Oh, gosh. 3, 4, 5, 6,
10. I mean,
7.
the Gators got 6. So
Yeah.
Georgia in the top 100 players in college football, according to On 3. You ready?
Ready.
2 players, number 91 and 96.
Shazam!
You know what that tells me? That tells me the St. Johns River must be flowing north.
I mean, what is
Georgia
going on?
sucks.
Here are the 2, according to this top 100 list, and you got to go way back to give me a less acclaimed duo than I'm about to give you.
Yeah.
But the 2 best players on Georgia's football team, according to this top list, are linebacker C.J. Allen and interior defensive lineman Kristen Miller.
They didn't have that receiver from
Do you
USC?
know that? No.
Wow.
I got a lot of Georgia fans.
I get
buddies.
it. I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying it's a
Right.
dumb list.
Right.
If you have a list that only has 2 Georgia Bulldogs in the top 100,
That's crazy.
That's a dumb list.
Oh, I hope it's a good list.
I
hope it's accurate.
I do too.
I hope it's 100% accurate.
I hope Florida has 6 players right to the top 100 before you get to the first Georgia Bulldog. If that's true, you should win that game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You should. 100%. Pressure just ratcheted up again.
The Whisperers next. You're listening to The Drill. It's a GFL
Oh!
Friday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, he's our best tackler. Number 55 in the middle.
That's a bad boy.
Tom McManus.
Good tackle, boy.
10 to noon Fridays on Jaguars Today.
There is the pass rusher. He's extraordinary.
On 1010XL.
Yo, Jacksonville, Hicken here with a game changer, man. I've tested the field, and I'm telling you this, man. Checkmate Coatings. That's the go-to durable jaw-dropping floor coatings group. Better play, better results. Checkmate Coatings does it all, man. And when you need a floor coated, man, start with your garage. Gosh, it creates such a great place for you. Gives you so many options. You can do your patio. You can do your pool deck. You can do your driveway. Brendan's the owner of Checkmate Coatings. Great guy, man. Jacksonville guy, Bishop Kenny grad. And he's got Jacksonville crew keeping prices low with no massive overhead. Man, he can talk coatings. Check him out, man. I'm going to get in touch with this guy. He'll tell you. Slam dunk those floors of yours. CheckmateCoatings.com. CheckmateCoatings.com. I'm telling you, check them out. Checkmate Coatings. It's your floor's missing piece.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Visti.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW. in the 904.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Swing into the hottest party of the summer. Join First Tee North Florida at the Yards on June 12th for the Summer Soiree Baja Beach Bash. We're bringing the vibrant spirit of Cabo San Lucas to the First Coast for an evening of family-friendly fun. Enjoy live music, craft cocktails, golf games, raffle prizes, and delicious Mexican-inspired cuisine from Taco Lu. Golf, fiesta, and philanthropy, all to support the impactful programs of the First Tee. Visit firstteenorthflorida.org/summer soiree to secure your tickets today.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 3:20 for the latest in sports injuries. From all the big names in the game, who's MIA, who's coming back from injury. Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 3:20.
It's the NBA playoffs, and Hurricane Grill and Wings has slam dunk specials like $3.75 Miller Lite drafts with 30 bold wing flavors, ice cold drinks, handcrafted cocktails, and big screens everywhere. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
I'm Stacy, and I want to tell you about my fogged up window fiasco at my house. I called up Mac at Baker Glass. He told me all I needed was a glass replacement. The process was so easy. All within a few days, they came out, measured, called me with an estimate, cut my glass, and came out to install the new ones. Now my view outside is fog-free thanks to Mac and his crew at Baker Glass. And my neighbors think I got some fancy new windows.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Spring has sprung, and so have the bugs. It's Hayes Carline and my friends at Kingfish Pest Control offer an exclusive $99 spring special. That's right, your initial pest control service is just $99. And if you call today, they'll include a free one-time mosquito treatment. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned, 5-star rated with no binding contracts, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call them now to book your service. Only at Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. The University of North Florida Ospreys baseball team delivered a commanding performance last night, defeating crosstown rival JU 15-4 in the opening game of the River City Rumble series that took place at John Sessions Stadium. After Jacksonville took an early 1-0 lead in the first inning, UNF responded with a surge of runs, scoring 7 between the third and fifth innings. The Ospreys then pulled away late, adding 8 unanswered runs from the 7th through the 9th innings. Game 2 of the series will be tonight at 7. The North Florida Ospreys softball team gets ready to make their NCAA postseason debut up in South Carolina at the Columbia Regional. The Ospreys will take on second-seeded Virginia with first pitch at 3. Ospreys star pitcher Allison Benning will look to lead the team as she has been recently awarded ASUN Player, Pitcher, and Scholar Athlete of the Year. It's 73 degrees at 8:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
Kind of enjoy this music. Denny Thompson in the house. Hold on, I'm getting my GIN notification. Oh, we're still at 30. Damn. Thought I had a good round yesterday.
You did.
Apparently not. Apparently GIN doesn't think so.
Yeah.
Or is it gin? I still haven't told me.
I call it gin, but I've heard people call it gin.
Yeah, I don't think we know. It's like GIF and GIF.
I still got to set mine up.
It stands for golf, so I can't. I have a hard time taking what is
Golf
a hard
handicap
G.
index. Is that what it is?
So if you're going to go with it, golf is a hard G.
What do
Why
you
is
think,
gin going to be a soft G?
I always thought it was gin. But
Yeah,
What website is that, man? I got to set mine up.
You got to set it up. It's $50, man. You got to do it.
Got that.
Chase me down. Let's go.
I played golf the last 2 days, and I am hurting today.
Oh, yeah. I'm sore every time I play golf.
My neck right now is just like...
It's tough getting old, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me what a typical, healthy NFL quarterback room looks like when it comes to watching film, the guidance that's given to players to watch film, the amount that you expect as an organization your quarterback to be watching on his own. I think we all assume, like to me, I would assume that a quarterback doesn't need instruction on how to watch film by the time he gets to the NFL. My assumption would be you know what to look for and you know what to pull and which, what cut-ups they've got available to you. So I'm curious, what's in the round of normal before we get into,
Well, yeah, I don't even know what we're getting into. So
we're not. We're not getting. We've already talked about what we don't. There's really not much to get into other than I want to know what is typical.
I think it varies because you made the statement of you're assuming that they know what to watch, but I would say that there's a large portion of quarterbacks that go to the NFL and have not been actually taught how to watch film.
And teams are just they've not figured this out. So there are NFL teams that don't
the NFL
teach their quarterback how to watch film.
They'll learn. They should learn when they get there.
Yeah.
Right. But like in college, a lot of times what you have is you've got 6 or 7 guys in a room. And so the coach is still doing all the game planning. And so
I get it in college.
But when you get to the NFL, I think you've got your quarterback room, you've got your quarterback coach, which is a really close group. And they're going to sit in there and they're going to hit as much film as they can.
Isn't that like the first thing Monday morning is film? Aren't you looking
close?
Right? If you're not looking ahead, you're at least looking back.
And nowadays, like you've got the breakdown of your next opponent before your last opponent ended. Like there's a crew that works that while you're working your current game plan. So by the time you get to Monday, you've got every tendency of the other defense, all that kind of stuff. So you just plug in what you want to do game plan wise to affect that. And then from there, I think there's a lot of guys who are really good at just, okay, I know what I want to see, so let me just watch this film by myself, and they'll take it home and they'll watch, flow of the defense. They'll watch a specific guy or, an alley guy or whatever it is that they like to key on that fits their eye.
A successful quarterback in the NFL is going to get both, right? He's going to have a staff around him that is driving film work every day in some form or fashion.
Somewhat.
And then it's going to be incumbent on him to take it home or to watch it here or to, so really it's a combination of both. I just, it came out in this book that Seth Wickersham has written that, in Chicago's case and from the Caleb Williams camp that, nobody on the Bears staff ever even looked at film with him.
Yeah.
Which just seems so egregious that it seems implausible.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I was afraid we were going.
No, I'm not trying to. No, I get it. I'm just. Yeah, from a Bears standpoint, as much as anything.
Well, I do think,
and
yes.
you get dads involved too, and I understand rhetoric gets thrown around.
Well,
It's probably not always.
You definitely should have and I don't even know what's going. Just for the record, I have no idea what happens in Chicago. But yes, especially for a rookie quarterback, like there probably is a little bit more film. But I also think later. Like film is a little bit overblown. Like we assume these guys are going home and they're just watching film and plowing through film. And man, I don't know. I mean, I've watched a lot of film. At some point, it all looks the same.
Yeah.
And I think you do hit that wall of preparation where it's like, okay, let me take a couple steps back. I'll come back, revisit this, see if it looks the same. But you get a good feel. I mean, a lot of these guys are so good. They can watch it. They get a good feel. They know what they're looking for. They don't have to watch 60 hours a week of film.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. This is a business type question. You've known Carson Beck for a long time, have worked with him for a long time. He had an unfortunate injury at the end of his college football time at Georgia, which we all thought this would be his last year. He basically said this was his last year at Georgia. And so he got this injury, and I think rightfully so, ended up transferring and got paid a nice amount of money to go play at Miami. Then there's this curious case to me of Quinn Ewers, who kind of there's a lot of similarities there.
Mm-hmm.
Arch was taken over.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it was known at Texas. But Quinn Ewers would be a coveted college quarterback, yes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he would get a lot of money.
Absolutely.
He chose to go into the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would assume, based on intel, where the NFL tells him and what he's hearing.
Right.
Did they lie to him? Did they what? I mean, so he ends up a 7th round pick of the Miami Dolphins. And that, business-wise, is a terrible decision.
Maybe. You got to let it play out. Because
I'll let it play out. But let me say, from my vantage point, probably. I don't think Quinn Ewers. Now, we'll see. But I don't see him taking over for Tua anytime soon. I see him, hopefully he's on the team and shows enough. But the question I get to is, you guys get info from the NFL, right? That's open. You're allowed to ask them, right?
Yeah. No, I know what you're getting to.
Yeah, I don't.
But
or did he just say, I'm done with college?
Well, yeah, I was going to say.
And if that was his preference, that's fine.
Yeah, and I think that's what we all do is we take the human element out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the goal for all these guys is to play in the NFL.
Correct. Good point.
Quinn's seen a lot of ball, and he's been in college a long time. And I don't know, what is he, 22, 23 years old at this point? He's in a locker room with 17 and 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
And there's just a point, like, what are we doing here?
Okay.
Like, are we going to school? Like, what's happening here?
You get to the point where you're over it.
Right.
Okay.
It's just time to move on.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, there is something to, like, if you really believe, Carson's a little different because of the injury. But with Quinn's situation, if you really believe in yourself, start your clock, man. Because now you're not a first-round pick. Go do what Brock Purdy did, and you're about to get $55, $60 million in 3 years.
Well, that's also true.
Yeah, you just kind of start that clock. You only got so many years to do this. You could make arguments, and I'm making that sound better than what it probably should.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, it's just like, all right, I'm done with college.
So you don't think? So you think that he might have even heard, "Hey, man, listen, you're not a first round pick."
He I don't
going into the draft. He
I'm
had
going
to know.
make an assumption that he knew. He didn't. I don't think he thought he's.
No, they always think they're going about 3 rounds higher than
right. But he knew there was far more money to go back to college than what there was going to be in the NFL.
And
where did he end up?
Miami.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a decent situation for him.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I think Quinn will be in the league for a while.
Yeah,
I think he's a good player.
What do you think?
I hate when he does this because I know it's some whatever's coming next is going to be good. It's not going to be ideal for me.
All right, let me ask you this: rough estimate,
okay,
of how, if Quinn Ewers had become a free agent in college football, for 1 year.
It's easy. You got a layup, buddy.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. What are we talking? $4 or $5 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably around 4. Yeah.
Around $4 million.
This just in. Your clock be damned, Quinn. You made a big, huge mistake, buddy. You go play college one more year for $4 million. It's about money. Put that in.
I'm trying to help him.
I'm curious. No, I think you make some good points, but and that's fair, and I respect everyone. I mean, look, you're right. You only got so many years. You want to start the clock,
but
get it going.
And it's also like
believe in yourself. Go do it, bro.
Like you said, the arch thing is real too, because all right, if it was a matter of do I go back to Texas?
Right, he wasn't going to do that.
Well,
right?
if it was that simple, maybe he would have done that. But now you've got to move and you've got to go where? You don't know where. And you've got to learn a new offense. You got to learn all these new
Why would Belichick not have been the best decision? Because he could get you ready for, having had that NFL quarterback.
Maybe the timing,
they need a quarterback.
Timing might have been off on
I
that
thought
one.
that would have been an interesting landing spot for him.
Timing would have been off, though.
Was there?
I guess.
Was there ever? Who did they end up getting?
The South Al guy. South Alabama
Lopez,
kid.
is that his name?
Who was there ever rumors of any of these big guys?
Yeah, there was one bigger. I don't remember which one. There was one big not
Wasn't
huge.
it Arch? Wasn't it like a
No, not the Belichick.
Okay.
No,
Nico?
Arch is-
Maybe Nico? Was he talked
briefly?
about?
there was one before early on, one of those guys, but I can't remember which
But
one.
not a lot.
Nothing. Yeah. Well, and by the way, there isn't a big. What big name quarterback moved?
Well, my point is
this year,
do
right?
we even know that Bill Belichick would have paid $4 million for something?
Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
Also a good question. Hey, Denny, the Jags are on the field Monday.
Let's go.
Right. What do we do with Trevor on that one? I mean,
I don't think he's throwing yet, is he?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he's at.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll find out Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's at. Recovery.
I mean, he should be okay.
Yeah,
it's his left shoulder.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive he's playing golf. I could have sworn somebody told me they saw him. If you're playing golf, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's not true.
That's not playing golf.
No. If you're playing golf, you're fine.
If you're playing golf if you're a quarterback and you have a left shoulder surgery and you're playing golf, I'm assuming your left shoulder's feeling good.
Well, I mean,
because I don't think
Carson had UCL and he could play golf before he started throwing.
Yeah, but he's not.
That's pretty big.
The owner of a $250 million contract who was shelved at the end of last year, and the last thing in the world he would want to be doing is running around playing golf if his shoulder ultimately come September as well. It's not quite ready yet. That's my point.
I would make the argument that Carson would have to be more careful because he has not gotten that $250 million yet.
Well,
we all know.
You know what I mean?
And we're saying this. We all know Trevor will be fine come September.
for sure.
I'm just curious, the look. What's the look Monday if he's standing on the sidelines? Does he need to be throwing?
No, he don't need to be throwing.
To me, this is the danger. This is what you're avoiding, even though, sure, he's fine to throw. If you have the slightest, I don't even know if the word impingement or the slightest effect of throwing the football by that left shoulder, then just wait until we're a full go.
Take the left shoulder out of this because when you shut yourself down from throwing, everything gets weak. And so you may be clear to throw and you may be able to throw, but maybe that's to spots or maybe that's to certain yardage. You want to build back up to the volume because you're not just repairing what was hurt. You're repairing everything that has not been active since you've been throwing, right? And it's hard to recreate all of those things by lifting or PT or anything like that. So even if you're cleared to throw, like there may be another 3, 4, 5 week process before you're actually out there ripping, 150 balls a day to moving receivers. So that's why I'm saying I wouldn't be I would have zero concern.
Okay.
If he's standing on the sideline.
My only thought is, another new offense. Let's get it, so
sure.
At least book wise, let's be on top of this thing. So
Yeah.
I think the whole goal of OTAs to me is, and rookie mini camp and mini camps are in this day and age. So when we get to report day in July, end of July, we can go out there and play the game without having to think. I don't want to be thinking in August. I want to be playing. I know the offense. I'm good. Say the play, change the play, whatever you do, I got it down.
Yep.
That's why you have all these extra practices.
And
me,
realistically, when you go through in the NFL, the NFL's 90% meetings and walkthroughs.
Right.
So it's like
also
when you go through install, you're going to meet about it. You're going to see it from every different
So he'll get
angle.
enough of that will allow him. Okay.
Trevor's enough of a vet that if he's as long as he's throwing by camp, he's good.
Yeah, I don't.
These reps are
Denny Thompson, prediction time.
Okay.
Who will be the starting quarterback in Boulder, Colorado? Will it be Julian Lewis, the hotshot true freshman, or will it be Liberty transfer Caden Salter?
I think
Prediction
I'm
time,
assuming
Danny
it's going to be Caden.
Okay.
But I've known Julian since he was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't work with him. But, bro, like that guy spins
Dion's
it.
going with the freshman.
He
That feels like the
spins
Dion
it.
move.
Yeah, it does. And I would get it.
Let's grow. I'll take another 3-9 this year, and let's get you up and ready. And Colorado's got this is one to keep an eye on. He's not built a great program out there.
Yeah, well,
they're not super healthy. They're not full of top prospects, and they wrote a lot out of Shedeur. And by the way, the success that Dion had when you're measuring Power 5 programs is relative. It's limited.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't go out there and hit a grand slam.
Well, the Julian Lewis kid's different, though, because I remember watching him. I was in Georgia for state championships. Maybe Luke played or Holden or something, and I stayed for his game, and he was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say in the state championship game, he put up like 400 yards passing as a freshman at the biggest classification in Georgia. This kid, the moment's not too big. I mean, if he gets on the field, he's not going to come off.
I would go with that if I'm Dion. You need that.
Yeah,
I think that's
and he's got some crap to him too. Like,
there's a name that is really watching this guy play last year. I thought him as a good player. I never would have project him as tops in class, and I'm not sure you will either. But this Sam Levitt for Arizona State, is he as good as advertised? I see this top 100. He's number 5 in the top 100, the top quarterback listed in a relatively quarterback strong list. There's 4 or 5 of them in the top 15.
That's high, but I love that guy.
Could he be the number 1 quarterback coming out next year?
Yeah.
Over Lagway or Arch, if they all develop, if they all continue developing.
He could, probably won't.
He's not as big as
he's not as big, but
they say Bo Light plus.
Yeah, he's twitch.
Bo Nix plus.
Right.
It's like a Bo Nix.
That's a good comp.
Yeah.
No, that's a good comp. He's very twitchy. Runs when he has to. He's a good runner, but his power, his explosiveness, his suddenness shows in his throw.
It was just all about Scattaboo last year. It felt like, right? Every time you turn on Arizona
go
State.
back and watch some of those games.
Yeah.
He made some plays.
He made some huge plays.
Well,
with his feet too.
He's getting some love here preseason. I'm seeing him show up.
Jeff Sims is his backup. Over there, and Jeff was in town this week, and we were talking about it. And he's like,
Jeff Sims still playing college?
He's got one more year.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he and Carson came out the same year. Yeah, they're the same exact age. Yeah. Him, Carson, and Ant all came out together, and Ant's going into year 3.
It's different because Jeff Sims, did he ever go to FSU?
No.
He committed to FSU.
Mm-hmm.
Then he ended up at Georgia Tech.
His first game was against FSU.
And beat him.
Right.
And then he went to
Nebraska.
And then he went to
Arizona State. And
then he's staying there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he graduated from Georgia Tech. Went to Nebraska, went back on his own dime, and graduated from Georgia Tech. So
I'm going to give you a list of 10 names. Will you take these 10 names, or will you take the field for the Heisman?
Oh, I like this.
You ready?
Yep.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5.
Okay, give me 5.
And then I'll keep going but I'll give you the top 5.
Okay.
All right. Klubnik, Arch, Jeremiah Smith, Garrett Nussmeier, DJ Lagway. Will you take those 5 as a Heisman winner, or will you take the field?
I think you have to. This is you almost.
Klubnik, Arch, Jeremiah Smith.
Klubnik's out.
Nussmeier,
Clemson ain't winning it all. You're gonna have to have a better year as a team for that quarterback to win. Jeremiah Smith is the one that I would.
I'm gonna go field because he's not a quarterback. You know how this is gonna go, though. I'm gonna keep going field till you get to Carson.
Yeah, he's not.
I mean,
top
just to
10
be
on
real,
this one.
I
That's
know.
fair.
Yeah.
All right. Here's. I'll give you 5 more.
Okay.
And then you tell me.
I don't think there's like much chance in the world that DJ Lagway wins the Heisman already. That seems
that schedule too is
they go 12-1. He will.
That's true.
I don't think there's anyone in hell as far as going 12-1 then by proxy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just the schedule. Yeah. I mean, if they go.
No, I mean, if the Jags can't go 12-5, the Gators can't go 12-1. Florida's schedule's harder.
Fair. Yeah. What do you have the Jags at, by the way? I didn't see y'all's prediction.
He has them 12-5, I have them 10-7. Hick has them 8-9.
So funny.
Wow.
Wow. E, by the way, stands for Elizabeth. He's now a member of the Roar.
You don't like that.
He's
12-5.
He's got. I bought E's.
The D stands for downer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
D stands for keep it real.
And you got to be careful. Remember this too. That 12-5. When it comes to making your picks next year, my man will run out there and tell everyone you had them 15-2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Right. You got that part too.
Anyway, here are the other 5: Drew Aller, Lenora Sellers, Jeremiah Love, one you like, John Mateer, Oklahoma, and Ryan Williams.
Gosh, I feel like I'm going to have to take the top. I feel like none of those guys seem like anywhere near a good, solid, pick to win it. I got too many flaws with every one of those guys.
Well, like I can say Lenora Sellers, but
He
I
ain't
don't
never
know what
winning the Heisman,
That's
dude.
the point. Like, if with that team around him, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Although I saw they have the number one edge rusher too. South Carolina's probably got better talent. Old boy needs to win more up there.
Listen, if they didn't have the age limit on draft,
yeah,
that guy and Jeremiah Smith would have been 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is. I can't remember his name right now.
I
but
had it right there.
He
Hold on.
is unbelievable. But no, I mean that's the hard thing. I don't know what these guys have around. I think John and Lenores and both of those guys are Heisman quality guys.
Dylan Stewart.
Throwing names out.
Yeah, I know.
Dylan Stewart is the South Carolina edge rusher.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Usually when it comes to the Heisman, the guys who are the favorites in August
Yeah.
are not the favorites in October.
Genty was nowhere.
And
Now Travis Hunter was.
Yeah, and somebody will come out of nowhere.
I don't think many people were talking about Cam winning a Heisman this time last year, was he?
Heck
Were
no.
they? And
Yeah.
I mean, Cam, what, 2 of the 3?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
For sure.
No idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got today? What do you got this weekend? What do you got?
Man.
What are we doing?
We're going to Miami.
Going back to Miami.
I'm not sure that's a song.
We're going to Miami.
Yeah, it sure is.
now.
Okay.
Going back to my girl.
Okay, good.
Is it a song?
Hell yeah.
It is now.
Okay.
Life's a song, Denny.
I just wrote it.
But
Yeah,
we're
been
there
listening
for
very
6 weeks, boys.
Oh,
You're going down to Miami for 6 weeks?
6 weeks. Yeah. I got a little bit of a stretch here. Oh, look at him. Who is it?
That's the very talented Wayne Cochran.
Okay.
You give me a little going back to Miami from Wayne Cochran, please.
Going back to
That's where
Miami.
Denny's
That's where we're going
I
out
want to
with.
say Morgan Wallen has a song called Miami.
Oh.
Yeah, on the new one.
Okay.
Well, there we go. I'll be playing those in Miami.
You'll be listening to that.
Sweating my butt off.
I bet you Arch wins the daggum Heisman. He's got all those marquee games. If he's as good as advertised, I would say Arch would be the favorite.
Fair.
This is going back to Miami.
For you, Denny.
This sounds like it's like the Twisted Shake.
Bam, bam. Bam, bam.
I'm gonna go make some coffee.
Going back to my girl. Thanks, Danny. Going back to my girl.
The Drill,
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
where winning begins.
Gentlemen, if you keep playing like this, I promise you, you will leave this field winners. Get in there!
1010XL.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local woman-owned solar company. Did you hear? JEA is raising rates again. With summer right around the corner, those power bills are only going to go up. But with solar, you can take control of energy costs and say goodbye to rising rates. At Clay Solar, we make switching easy and affordable. Stop paying more for power and own it. Visit claysolar.com to schedule a consultation today.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Is an injury keeping you on the sidelines? Whether it's your shoulder, neck, back, knee, wrist, or ankle, don't let pain hold you back any longer. At Injury Care Centers, they offer the same high-tech treatments trusted by the pros to supercharge your recovery without surgery. The road to recovery starts the moment you pick up the phone. 904-783-0008. That's 904-783-0008. Injury care starts at Injury Care Centers.
I'm Hacker, and I'll get you more Gator chomps during the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. New episodes drop every Friday. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Cool Cats. The coolest cats in town.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res. I love me the cleaning freaks. They do a great job, man. They make your house look better, smell better, feel better. They sure do. And Zero Res, man, they can handle any surface you got in your home. It's dirty, they clean it. Carpets, tile and grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs, air ducts too. Listen, this month, we're calling it Mayhem. Oh, yeah, Mayhem. Get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner with Mayhem. We got a three-room special starting at $149, plus a fourth room is free. By the way, take 20% off your air duct cleaning as well. Man, you owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, 287-5727, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them you want the 1010XL, the station special. Zero Res, man, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res! It's the right way to clean.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. But if they're paying your salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Bands make her dance. Bands make her dance. Bands make her dance. Bands make her dance. Bands make her dance.
Bands to make her dance.
Bands make her dance. Bands make her
dance.
Yeah, he was here last night, Dan, your boy.
Was he here?
Yeah, remember who it was? Remember?
Yes.
What's his name?
That's Little John.
No, Juicy.
Juicy was here.
Juicy J.
Juicy J was here.
Juicy J.
Where'd he play at?
Deck Alive. He was in the city.
Same place.
Back in the city, man. Deck Alive's cranking them out, man.
Cranking them, right?
Jeff, let me ask you a question.
Shaq was just here.
I know. Shaq was here last weekend. He had Travis Hunter swag. Yeah.
Same place.
Yeah, he got some Travis Hunter
How come
swag.
Deck Alive hasn't asked me to come perform?
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to make a call.
Old Man White. Build him as Old Man White.
Oh, man. I'm going to make a call.
How would they like that?
It'd be like, Jamie Kennedy rolled up in the hood.
Yeah.
Be like, I think it'd be more like Rabbit.
Be Rad.
Yeah, it'd be like Rabbit. All of a sudden, all the brothers.
I'd like to
the
take
culture.
the toughest.
Culture be jumping up and down.
Could you imagine the toughest, meanest rapper that culture can give us from the streets of Jacksonville versus Bad Bunny here on the stage? Huh?
It wouldn't go well for that guy.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Huh?
I'd like to see you beatbox him. Just beatbox him to death.
Let me ask you a question, Jeff Prosser.
Hickens hated a lot of people on this radio show through the years. I don't know if he's ever hated anybody like that poor beatboxer from American Idol.
Oh, I hate
that dude took a beating every Wednesday when we recapped.
Who is your center fielder?
For me?
Yeah.
It's Michael Harris.
Who is your
Are you asking me like today or like as a franchise?
right now?
Okay.
Who is your shortstop?
Nick Allen.
Who is your second baseman?
Ozzie Albies.
Who is your catcher?
Well, it's Sean Murphy.
Okay.
Or Drake Baldwin.
All right. For me, it's
we're going up the middle here is what we're doing. He's trying to go up the middle on me.
Francisco Lindor.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who, Luis Angel Acuna.
Mm-hmm.
And TT out in center field.
Okay.
My question to you is this. If you lost those four people, would you be cooked? We would be.
In our case, no.
Yeah, we would be.
You know what? Last year we did.
Mm-hmm.
They literally.
Yeah.
They lost Murphy for 60. They lost Albies for 60. They lost Harris for 40. And Arcia was the shortstop.
And they were cooked.
Well, for the most part, they did make the playoffs. But yeah, as far as winning it, yeah.
Your opening day starters for the Gators were center fielder Kyle Jones, shortstop Kobe Schulten, second baseman Cade Curlin, and catcher Luke Heyman. And by the way, those guys at their level are much more important to their team than some of the guys we named for your team.
Typically, good major league teams are strong up the middle, but neither one of those strike fear. Each one has a good player, but although Lindor, I guess, is a little better than good.
And
Harris
you can't.
is supposed to be.
The other problem with college is you can't make a trade. So you're at least not yet. Probably coming soon. But that's who Florida has lost to injury in terms of their offensive players.
This isn't like
Luke
today,
Heyman has been.
Is the today news, but these guys have been gone for a while. Some of them.
Yes, Luke Heyman had. Well, Shelton really just a couple weeks. Luke Heyman fractured wrist forearm.
Shelton's no relation to the tennis player.
No, no. So anyway, there you. Yeah, that's unbelievable what they've been able to do. They beat Alabama last night, 7-6. Came back from 5-0, and they're now 14-14 in the SEC. I don't know if they sweep, if they'll host a regional, but there's a possibility.
I kind of feels like that's the momentum. I mean, that's the columns I'm reading. I don't. If they sweep Alabama, then suddenly you're going to be close to a top 10 team.
Yeah.
I mean, you just keep beating all these good teams, and baseball forgives you for losing games. It's not like other sports.
Yeah.
You can be 32-30, and if you play a really tough schedule and you got, two good starters, you can win it all.
Another team that has done a little bit what the Gators had at a different level, San Diego. Is Tony Gwynn San Diego or San Diego State? San Diego State, right?
Yes.
San Diego, the Toreros, started 0-8 this year.
Okay.
Overall, they were 2-14. They were 3-17. They were 4-20.
Okay.
They're 23-28, 17-5 in WCC play, and they won their conference championship.
Oh, so they're going to the field.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Go Toreros.
Toreros! Toreros!
Alex Ovechkin didn't look disappointed enough to me. It's been a long year for him.
What do you mean?
Well, his team lost last night. The Capitals are out of the postseason. The Hurricanes beat them 4-1, and he just didn't look a day. My point here is not to.
They were the best team in the East.
I know. I'm.
They got whooped.
I'm done with your best regular season in hockey by a million miles means the least of all these sports. These like your team did it last year. These President Cup teams, they come in, they get a wall. They never win it all. So I'm done with that.
You're right.
But my point was more. It wasn't to criticize Ovechkin for not taking the loss hard enough. It's been a long year for that dude.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, when this season started, there wasn't some big push for Ovechkin to break the record. He did it by coming out and
he scored
the
a bunch
fountain
of goals
youth,
this year.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, was he top 10 in NHL scoring goals this year? He had, late in the year, the guy was scoring every game.
Yeah, let me look.
But anyway, I couldn't help but kind of read oh man, I'm exhausted.
Ovi?
Yeah. Of course you want to win. They did win the one title with him, right?
Yeah, they got one.
Yeah. You got to get one.
They beat
man.
Vegas. Remember he was partying in Vegas?
You'd like to get more than one, obviously, legacy and otherwise. But if
He
you
was
could
third
just
in
get
goals,
one.
44.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You know who was first?
The kid out in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm. What's his name?
I know these, and you're bombarded. I know who it is. It's not in my name right now. I got 15 names. I'm looking at stuff.
Talking about Connor McDavid?
Yeah, Connor McDavid.
Wrong!
No, the other guy. Draisaitl. See, I got Draisaitl. I knew the funny thing is I should have just said Draisaitl because his name came to me. It was the other one that did it.
Should have just said it.
And I was on a McTavish, Dan. I had an old hockey name from the past.
McTavish, Craig McTavish.
I wasn't getting off of McTavish, and so it was going to take me a while. That's why I said you're going to have to give me a second.
Who are the 10 best coaches in college football?
We talk so much sports. I mean, names just fly at you from everywhere. Do what? 10 best what?
McTavish was a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kirby Smart. They took a vote.
We talked about this the other day. Like the great coach, there's not as many. They've kind of like
We left
riding
it
off
up
into the sunset. I would go. Is Kirby number one? Is that what we're
Kirby's
saying?
1, Ryan Day's 2. That's middle finger Ryan Day.
Active coaches, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dabo is still 3.
I'm okay with that.
Marcus Freeman 4.
Yeah.
He's been hot.
Done a nice job. Sark 5.
That's too high.
Okay.
Did Texas play for the title last year?
Sure did.
No, they didn't. They lost in the semi. Sark is the greatest underachiever. And
Dan Lanning 6.
They just keep getting. I'd put Lanning way ahead of Sark.
I might put Lanning at 2.
Yeah, he's got to win something first. He can't even win the Big Ten.
35 and 6. Kalen
I guess they did win the Big Ten.
Kalen
What am I
DeBoer
talking
7. It's a reach, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. He had a great year at Washington. Great year.
He's
Built a
won
program.
everywhere.
He's won everywhere. And it's not like he came in and went 6-6. He went 9-4.
Jimmy Franklin 8.
Had some nice wins. Yeah, that's pretty good for Franklin. 8 is just outside of ever really winning anything important.
2 of these guys, 9 and 10. Kyle Whittingham is 9. He's a longtime good coach.
Again, I
don't think he's great.
This speaks to a
lack of good coaches.
Yeah,
great coaches.
Great coaches. It does.
How about this one? Matt Campbell. God, they love Matt Campbell.
Did you mention Brian Kelly and I just wasn't listening?
Did not.
Yeah, Brian Kelly deserves to be ahead of a couple of these guys.
You know who did this? Let's see that.
Susie Campbell, Matt's wife.
Who are you most surprised didn't make the top 10 and why? Chris Kyman, Jeff Brom, Brian Kelly, Jeff Munkin.
Brom and
Lane
Kelly.
Kiffin.
Yeah, Brom, Kelly, Kiffin. I'll talk all those guys.
These are the other guys receiving.
You can't put the Army coach in, gang. Stop it.
These are the receiving votes. Brian Kelly was 13. Belly, Kurt Signetti, Lance Leopold, Jeff Munkin, Jeff Brom, Kenny Dillingham, Lane Kiffin, Deion Sanders, Josh Heupel. These are just.
I don't know if I don't know if I.
Dabo was second.
I don't know if I've jumped off a ship and deserted a guy faster than this Signetti dude. He just showed what a full of himself jackass.
You're off
he
on
was
Signetti.
last year. Yeah.
You're off. You're done with him.
And by the way, Signetti, congratulations. I'll look you up on Google after this year. It'll say 7-5, big mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, big. Ooh, look me up. Google me. Okay, friend. Nice job in the playoffs.
Oh, dear. All right, let's do a catch-up break. Want to?
I mean, I had Lashley and Signetti crying in my television telling me I don't know football because their SMU and Indiana teams should be in.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it's just become a joke. It's a GFL Friday.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The race is on.
They're side by side.
It's NASCAR's All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Sunday night. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. From the station with the most horsepower. 1010XL.
Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring. Take our advice. Home business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
You contractors out on the road this morning, off to your next projects, and finding reliable subcontractors so key to project success. Well, guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partners understanding every facet of construction to keep those projects on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early. They'll do it before they cause delays. So if you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about buying better quality diamonds, but is there any way to start with a smaller diamond and use it to trade up to a larger diamond later on?
Frank, it's interesting you'd ask that because our founder, H.F. Underwood, popularized growing your diamond here in Jacksonville about 50 years ago, and it's something we still do today. When a customer buys an Underwood engagement ring or solitaire diamond pendant or a pair of ear studs, we guarantee they get the price they paid for it on the purchase of any larger diamond. Now, a lot of stores would say, big deal. We do that too, but here's the Underwood difference. We guarantee you get what you paid when you trade in your Underwood diamond, even if you're trading up by only $1. It's not that you have to trade up 2 for 1 like most jewelers ask. There have been literally thousands of people in the Jacksonville area who have taken advantage of our policy, and Underwood still grows a lot of diamonds for a lot of people.
Underwood's, serving excellence since 1928. In San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010 XL.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kickoff at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football. Fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Go Sharks!
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
1010 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
California.
All right, welcome back. Did you say we got Matt Teague on the phone?
Yes, sir. On that Checkmate hotline, that Checkmate Coders hotline, he on there.
Former Gator kicker. He better not. If he's coming on, he better be honest about everything that's happening here. I'm not playing with him right now today.
What's going on? What's that about?
No games being played.
We got some stuff. We got some stuff to get to the bottom of with Matt Teague.
Can you give me, Dan Hicken, a number on Matt Teague, please?
17.
43, is that right, Matt?
Oh, yeah, 43.
Impressive.
That's pretty good, isn't
Very
it?
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I have a large collection.
He's a
of
good numbers guy.
Impressive skills worth nothing. I have a lot. Yeah,
Snapple cap.
Yeah, I got a big cabinet of that.
What number was John Xnitis?
Who?
John Xnitis.
11.
No.
I have no idea. I don't remember John Xnitis.
Did he beat it? He didn't play with you, did he, Matty?
Xnitis actually played like a whole year. Did he?
Yeah.
He kicked for a whole year, didn't he?
He wasn't a kicker.
Oh, he wasn't? What was he?
He was a special teams man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Another real good buddy of Dougie Johnson.
Dougie Johnson.
Good friend.
Dougie Johnson has a son who's a quarterback at Buchholz.
He does.
Not anymore.
Well, was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I kind of, to be honest with you guys, it kind of shocked me too. In fact, my sister called me. She's like, "Are you sitting down?" I was like, "First of all, don't say that. That's not funny. It's not bad. I'm not gonna, but don't say that again."
Right.
But so Doug and Carson Palmer have remained really close friends.
Okay.
Since Doug was a backup at Cincinnati for a couple years there, and, which is great, interesting because they're very different kind of people, but. They vacation together with my sister and Carson's wife, Shay. So they've remained close over the years. And
Carson Palmer, by the way, yeah, go ahead. I'm guessing he's out in California. Is that what you're going to tell me?
He is, yeah. Yeah, Dana Point area. And, you just had Denny on. His younger brother, Jordan, is
a quarterback coach.
Denny Thompson of the West Coast. But, does a similar thing out there. And so anyway, I guess Carson just took over. It's Santa Margarita High School, and this is all new information to me, but I guess the league is called the Trinity League out there, and I started Wikipediaing them, and kind of year in and year out, it's the voted. I don't know how they vote this, but the toughest athletic high school conference in the country. I think they're all private Catholic schools. Anyway, long story short. Carson's son, I think, is a rising sophomore and a quarterback, but according to Carson, not quite ready.
Okay.
So Carson takes over the coaching duties at Santa Margarita High School, and I basically asked Doug, "Looks like I know Trace is locked in at Buchholz, and you guys are probably going to win a state title down there, but if you guys want to do something crazy and come out to California, Trace can take the reins, and dude, they did it." I know, it's crazy.
What in the hell?
It's crazy. And so literally, they decided to do it 2 weeks later. Spring practice started. My sister and Trace moved out there. They're living with Shay and Carson. I think they all just moved into their house that they're renting for 9 months. It's crazy.
Who's the coach at Buchholz right now?
That is Whittemore.
He's back.
He's been back. He came back. Last year was his first year back. Yeah.
He's thought of as a very good coach, right?
He's a very good coach. His son is actually going to be the quarterback now.
What is his son younger?
Yeah.
Was there a competition brewing there, or was Dougie's son? Was there a competition between the two brewing, or was Dougie's son advanced enough that he was going to be the? Is Doug's son a senior?
Doug's son. Trace is a senior. He's got offers from Troy, West Virginia, Georgia Southern, Southern Miss, sort of that sort of caliber of college. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. So, I mean, it was a super bold move. I don't know of any scandal. I heard you before I came on. I don't have any details as far as that goes, but I will tell you a funny story. My sister Tara said that basically Doug talked Travis McGriff into leaving Newberry High School, where he was the OC, and Keel, his son, was the quarterback. to come to Buchholz when Whittemore decided to come back and coach. And, hey, come back, come over here, play receiver, Tracy's quarterback, and we got Justin Williams. And at that time, I think Miles Graham. Anyway, so Tara said when Doug called Travis McGriff to break the news to him about this move, that she said she had to leave the room. It was just.
Well, let me ask you a question. Awkward. What is the that friends aside, what's the thought process for the kid and Doug on this one? Like, what is it? Just the better competition is what we're thinking. Then is increases because what he's not size wise. What is he? Is he? He's
6 foot. 185. You know, he's unfortunately he's in that kind of no man's land where he's not crazy athletic, which you kind of need to be. I mean, he's a good athlete.
I get you. No, but he's not. Yeah, he's not Lamar Jackson as far as running the ball.
Exactly.
Right.
And he's not like Doug. He's not 6'3". Now hopefully he'll grow a little bit. I think part of it is, honestly, guys, I think part of it has to do with the Jordan aspect of just kind of getting really good training and being.
Well, he'll get the best.
Accessible.
Yeah.
The competition is not going to be any better. Listen, it was. I think it's if you had the wherewithal to do it, which Doug and Trace and Tara do, it's hard to blame them. But it's also, I can't lie. It's also, man, if I was a teammate, I'd be like, oof.
I mean, I got to think the kid loved being the quarterback at Buchholz too, right? I mean, that's a pretty cool. I mean, you're the quarterback at Buchholz. That's a big deal in Gainesville, man.
It is,
and you're Doug Johnson's son too, by the way, which is also ain't bad. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think, too, and I'm not throwing shade at Buchholz, but, you're playing at Citizens Field, which isn't always, you share a stadium with 3 or 4 teams in Gainesville. And, Tara was sending me pictures of this place in Cali.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, selfishly, Uncle Matt's going to be sliding out to California quite a bit, doing some surfing and doing some football watching.
Look at Uncle Matt going out surfing. Pross, what do you think?
It's big boy waves out there. Have you been to that?
Yeah, you better be careful, Uncle Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, Uncle Matt can handle himself out there. You got to be careful. But
and I got my guy thinks he's going to Panama City. I'm just telling him he's in for something else.
I've surfed out there a little bit. I'll be all right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Matt Teague, have you ever surfed the Bonsai Pipeline? Yes or no?
What is that?
I would never paddle out a pipeline.
I mean,
aside from the waves.
Teague, by the way, you're probably about as old as that jersey number I threw at your way earlier. So
+7.
Yeah.
+7.
There we go. So yeah,
so with Danny Werfel on top of that, that's how old I am.
All right.
Wow. Well, good stuff. That's good. I like that story, man. It'll be interesting to see how he does. Well. Listen, I wish them the best. Look, kids can do whatever they want. It's just, golly, man.
It's a long way to go.
That's a long way.
We'll
for
find
a
out
year.
for what.
Yeah, for 9 months.
It's a big, bold, crazy move, and we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, and I guess if the end game is, getting a scholarship,
where does he want to play?
USC or UCLA? Maybe that's,
without revealing like family secrets. Where does he want to play? Do you know? Does he want to be a Gator, or what is the deal?
Well, I don't think. I think he'd. Yeah. I don't think he's there yet. I think he'd need to grow a couple inches to be on that level.
Gotcha.
Like I say, West Virginia is probably the biggest offer he's got so far. But he'll probably go out. I think at worst he goes out there and gets sort of similar regional offers that he's gotten here, and make a decision whether or not he wants to, come back.
But I mean, what about the hunting and fishing, man? We're Gainesville boys now. Come on.
They do hunt and fish in California, believe it or not.
They do?
Yes, they
Where?
do. All over the place.
They don't hunt and fish like they do in Gainesville, Florida, friend.
Probably not as much as Florida, but there's a lot of hunting and fishing in California.
You son of a
ton.
Why don't you go out there and cover them on the West Coast then?
Well, no, I'll do no such thing.
When I come out there, I told Trace I got him some nose rings and some pink hair color.
That's what I'm talking about, Bros.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you, Matty.
See you, Matt.
All right, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks.
buddy.
By the way, speaking of Matt, our boy Matt Every, he's just going up and up and up. He's got like the main group on the golf feed this week, so he's having a good time out there coverage. We're gonna have to catch up with him after this major and get his take on stuff.
ESPN?
Yeah, I don't know if he's on ESPN Plus or like I think it's on ESPN, like their main coverage.
Let's go down to Matt Every
That's
on
exactly
17.
Right.
Matt, who are you
I think today he's walking with the DeChambeau and those guys. I bring this up. It's all about the segue.
He'd be good following DeChambeau because he's going to go, man, that guy just hit something that nobody ever tries or whatever.
Matt is really good. Yeah. They're sleeping on him. I bet you here in the next 10 years something matriculates with him and that stuff. Terrell Hatton, 2 under so far early through 3 holes. He's got it to 5 under par. He's tied for second.
He dropped an F-bomb on live TV yesterday.
Well, that'll happen.
Yeah.
JJ Spawn's 3 under today through 4. He's got it to 3 under overall. Colin Morikawa is 2 under through 3 to get to 3 under in total. Adam Scott is 1 under through 3. He's 3 under overall. Okay. Oberg has made a birdie, so he's gotten it to 2 under par.
Ludi. Get going, Ludi. You need to get going, man.
Max Homa is 2 under today early, so he's got it back to even. We haven't seen Max Homa in years. Hideki's made a birdie to get it back to even. Neiman 2 under today to get back, closer to even par. So, and right now the cut line is +1. So yeah, Rory's got work to do. A lot of big right now as it sits, and a lot's going to happen. They're just getting going on round 2. But if the cut line remains at +1, these are the guys that would be on the outside looking in right now. You'd have Patrick Reed, you would have Sepp Straka, Ricky Fowler, Jason Day, Sam Burns eat worms. Jordan Spieth would miss the cut. Patrick Cantlay would miss the cut. Rory McIlroy would miss the cut. So there are a lot of guys that have work to do as they get going on round 2 today here, second major of the year. It's GFL Friday.
It's Friday.
Oh, my gosh.
9 o'clock. It's Friday.
These guys off the
mailbag.
The mailbag, we got to keep it out of the adult entertainment section.
9 o'clock nasty.
Mr. Nasty Time.
Our colors are teal and black.
That is. There go 3, baby. 1, 2, 3.
No one covers the Jaguars like 1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times, right? The Dow's up, the Dow's down, the Dow's up, the Dow's down. What are these tariffs we're speaking of? I don't know. People get panicky. Not me. I ride with ITP Partners, Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience, expertise, and knowledge. I call them. I say, what is this deal? I talk to Chris Bryan. I can talk to Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, Reed Wingate. Yeah. What they'll do is they'll sit down with you anytime, and they'll build a strategy for you where your goals become their priority. That's how they work. They're terrific folks. They're great people, and you need to get to know them. I'm just telling you. You'll be glad you did. Great time to get started. Real easy. Just go to Chris at ITPPartners.com, Chris at ITPPartners.com, or call them 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Unlike those big corporate-owned stores, Beard's Diamonds doesn't rely on AI to help you find the right diamond. Beard's Diamonds specializes in DI, Diamond Intelligence. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds is the smart choice for choosing the right jewelry for any occasion. Our Diamond Intelligence comes from years of helping your Jacksonville neighbors and connecting them to beautiful, dazzling diamonds from top designers like Tacori and Verragio. Diamond Intelligence is about finding the diamond that expresses what words can't and leaves her speechless. And Diamond Intelligence is tapping into partners from around the globe to find your true treasure without the middleman markups and bottom-line algorithms. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center, home of Diamond Intelligence. There's nothing artificial about it. Beard's Diamonds, proud to be Jacksonville's jeweler at the St. John's Town Center.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Attention business owners and property managers. Hurricane season is right around the corner. Is your property ready? Call the pros at Duck Duck Rooter for expert storm drain cleaning and hydrojetting. Our powerful VACCON truck clears the way so your drains flow freely when the rain hits. Call 904-862-6769 today to schedule your service and protect your property before the storms start rolling in. Duck Duck Rooter, your trusted name in storm drain maintenance. Visit us at duckduckrooter.com. We're a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
During the NFL offseason, 1010XL keeps the information engine turning. There we go. More. Roll through the offseason with AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather starting to turn for the better, look ahead. Get that backyard ready for spring with a new screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are best in the business. If you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
DUI, BUI, don't stress. Call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Got a cracked windshield? Not only is it dangerous, but did you know it's also illegal? Call Baker Glass. Mack and his crew use the best auto glass in the market, and they accept most insurance. Plus, all new windshields come with a full warranty. From cars to trucks to RVs, you can count on Baker Glass to be fast and friendly. Just check out their Google reviews. Come see us at the shop on Casta Avenue, or we can come to you at your home or business.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
What's happening, Googans? E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans, and Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctors Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River, there's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventures starts here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Well, with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by TopDressing.com. The Gators started the season at 1-11 in the SEC and have since flipped the script and won 13-3 in SEC play after their come-from-behind win against the Crimson Tide last night. Down 5-0, losing players, none of it mattered as head coach Kevin O'Sullivan believes his team is built for their adversity.
How gutsy of a win this was for our team because we easily could have folded the tent, fell behind 5-0. You know, we lose Luke and we turn around an inning later, lose Justin, and down players. We could have easily hung our heads, but I think honestly, yeah, starting out 1-11 and going through that adversity probably is probably helping us right now. The injuries are mounting. With that being said, it's one of those things, but what can you say? I'm awfully proud of the team, the way they battled.
Florida and Alabama will continue their series tonight with first pitch at 6:30. Hear the game live on 10:10 a.m. It's 75 degrees at 9:04. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. It's a nasty time.
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
Oh, yeah. Nothing better than 9:05. Well, maybe 10:05. But 9:05 is pretty good.
Yeah, you guys really get hyped up for this, quote, 9 o'clock nasty. I don't know when this
I'm hyped. You hyped?
became the fabric of the program, but apparently it is. It's not just Friday, gang. It's every day. These guys just
It's who we are. It's what we do.
They go unbridled, and it's not often pretty.
No.
I want to ask you boys a question real quick.
Ask away.
Taking away athletes from your favorite teams.
Okay.
Like if you ask somebody who's your favorite athlete, who's your favorite current athlete, most of the time they're going to give you their favorite player on their favorite team.
LeBron James.
Right? See?
LeBron James.
So I'm going to ask you, who's your favorite? Who would you say is your favorite athlete right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, it can't be. What did I just say was the setup?
Favorite
You
team.
can't take off your favorite team.
Not my favorite team.
Well, yes, you can't take it off of your teams. You're giving me guys off your teams. You can't have a tie to them. See what I mean? Like, who's your not a non-Met Yankee or Met?
Got you.
I gotta think about it.
Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to. I say this, and while y'all think about it, the WNBA commissioner said something yesterday, and at first blush, you want to roll your eyes and say, "Oh, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves."
Mm-hmm.
But
I got one.
I wonder.
What, Caitlin Clark?
Yeah. She said she's the most popular athlete in America right now, Caitlin Clark.
She's up there.
Yeah, she's up there, but not the most popular.
Who would be? I guess that was my question.
Oh, who would be?
Yeah, because here's the thing. You want to go NFL, it's the most popular sport, but it's very polarizing. Like Caitlin Clark, there's not a whole lot polarizing there, right? Everyone pretty much likes her. Unless you're a hater, there's nothing to...
Now, what's polarizing about Saquon Barkley?
Well, he not as much. I'm thinking more quarterback. Saquon Barkley's nowhere on this list, though. He ain't showing.
No, he's not. LeBron's on there.
No, not most popular. He had a great year. He had a super year last year.
You have a list?
I know. I'm just wondering.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
The last list I have is 2024, and it was Lionel Messi still. So that shows you.
It's Lionel.
I know. Not on the West Side.
It's Lionel Richie.
No, Lionel Richie.
Lionel Messi.
That's where you screw it up.
It's like you to get that correct.
Mm-hmm.
What about Arch Manning?
Yeah, I know, yeah. There's a lot that could be one about favorite. But back to the question.
For me?
Yeah, who would it be? Is it a golfer?
It's a golfer.
It's a golfer, probably.
Probably a golfer. Yeah. Somebody from a non-team sport.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Lamar
I guess what happened
Lamar
with
Jackson,
me. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
These are fair. I almost took football off too because that's going to be everyone's go-to, and it's hard to balance the popularity of a women's basketball player with Lamar Jackson.
But she's up there. Though,
the fact that you bring yourself into the conversation, I mean. Where is Caitlin Clark on the most popular female athletes of all time? Is she second only to Serena, or is that too quick? Is Simone Biles more popular than Caitlin Clark?
I don't know. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. I don't know.
Might be up there.
Yeah. WA, I guess the bigger point here is the commission can say anything you want. You stepped into the golden goose. I mean, the WNBA is a one-woman project.
How's
right now. It took it to a complete different level.
Did they ever agree on a CBA? Weren't they going to strike and all that?
I don't pay attention.
That ain't happening.
Mia Hamm was up there.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was popular at one point, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But she's been gone for a while.
Yeah.
I'd say Serena, Simone Biles, and I'm not sure Caitlin Clark's not more popular than them. But I don't know. I did think, though, it was one of those where some commissioner of some secondary sport says something outlandish to get attention in this case, and that was my first reaction. And then I thought about it. But then again, I'm like a Caitlin Clark stan, so I was surprised that I would come at it from this angle.
Do you know
what would I do in a threesome with Caitlin Clark and Trevor Lawrence? Oh, my God, I'd just be asking for autographs all day.
I was like, I didn't like that. It's 9 o'clock nasty. That's what that was. Good Lord. That was uncomfortable.
Not that kind.
Oh.
Yeah. I see.
I mean,
Y'all are sick. Yeah, that is sick. You're sick.
You thought it, I thought it.
No.
I thought it.
That means all the Googans thought
You're
it.
sick.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
Yeah, y'all are sick. You're sick, both of you.
I definitely thought it.
Of course you did. You're just sick.
You're
gross, too. You're sick.
Threesome.
That's so gross.
Ugh.
What's wrong with you?
Gross for them.
I hope Trevor's not listening right now.
Really gross for them.
I hope if Trevor is listening, he sues you.
You know who Johnny Pereda is?
Huh?
You know who Johnny Pereda is?
He's a baseball player, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is is he a Nat, maybe?
No.
Well, anyway, what about him?
Oakland A.
Okay.
Or a Sacto A.
All right.
Or a Bush League A.
Did he get knocked around a little bit yesterday?
No, he's a position player.
Okay.
Yesterday,
Paredes has been in the East. I'm going to say he's been a Nat.
Yesterday, the Dodgers beat the A's 19-2.
Shohei's like playing wiffle ball with this league.
Well, apparently, until Johnny Pereda got on the bump,
He got him.
He struck him out.
Yeah. He had two.
And Shohei looked very uncomfortable against the position player. He threw him junk. He fouled off a couple junks, and then he zipped about an 88-mile-an-hour fastball up high, and he swung and missed. I think Shohei was annoyed.
Yeah, I could see that.
What is this? Shohei hits 2 home runs, drives in 6, and the video I got is him whiffing the Johnny Pareda.
Yeah, that's wrong.
That's a bad look for a position player, man. Freddie, who got Freddie? Rizzo got Freddie, I think.
Played for the he played for the Marlins last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I knew the name.
That's your guy,
East. He's the East guy. I'm sorry, what are you asking me?
I'm not asking you.
I thought you asked me how good, how
you.
excited the Braves Nation is about Smith Shawver. I thought that. Never mind. I didn't hear that right.
Apparently not. You're still
Johnny
Pareda
Paredes
on
from
your
Cagua, Venezuela. Cagua.
Your endeavors.
I was talking about playing golf, but you guys are just sick.
I didn't think that was
you're like
who plays golf?
You're two other people. You're three more.
Isn't it a foursome-y?
Yeah, two more references to go from sick to sickening. That's where y'all. That's the slide you're on right now. It's just not even funny. It's gross. It's sick.
I think it's kind of funny.
Okay, go ahead. You and the baseball, the scum line layer of the listening audience will be right there with y'all.
They there.
It's just gross.
They're
just
all over the
exactly.
the
Those are your people. Why don't y'all get together, have a beer with them after? That'd be a fun group you're commiserating with there, buddy. Have fun with that one. It's weird people.
Who said this? Take it, Jeffrey.
I'm not
your
doing
time
this.
of the day.
Y'all are annoying me, bro. I'm literally getting annoyed. I am. I'm not comfortable with you guys doing threesome conversations about the Jaguars quarterback. And I'd like the two of you to grow the F up for half a second. I mean, good God, can y'all read a clue, man? Or just do whatever, say whatever, never stop. Just ooze it along and prod it along. Come on, man. Jeez Louise, you'd think somebody can pick up a clue.
There he goes.
A little clue, man. God, read the room, bro.
There he goes.
Deuces.
Who said this, E?
Who said it?
In college, like when I was at Florida State, I was grimy, like super grimy.
Oh,
I didn't care.
That's the former Jacksonville Jaguar, I think fourth overall draft pick, Jalen Ramsey.
He said I would look up on Instagram the guy I was going against, see his girlfriend, whatever, slide into her DMs. He's just trying to get in the guys' heads, I guess, right? Because on the field, they're going to bring that up, right? And he tried to get him out of their game. Old Jalen, doing his thing.
That sounds like Jalen, though, and it definitely worked. But he also said he doesn't do it in the NFL because it's a little more personal. Guys are married, but in college they were all free game.
Yes, they are. I guess that's how it works. I've always thought, like in college baseball, one of the great nowadays in college baseball, what they do is the fans will go and find out everything. Like if you're sitting in left field, for example, the fans will find out things about the left fielder.
Oh, okay.
And man, they just start on them.
It's like the college kids.
Because you can get into their gram or whatever and get all their information, and then they start yapping. And a lot of times they'll make the kid out in left field laugh. It was so funny.
That's what Jalen would do. He would go on their Instagrams, and on Instagram you're usually tagging your girlfriend, your significant other, and he would DM them.
Yeah. So pretty good stuff. We asked our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day earlier, brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes, the official builder of the Jaguars, and we just asked quite simply, what do you think the Jags' record will be after the first 4 games? The first 4 games, they're tough like last year's 4 games, remember? And so it's Carolina, which, again, that's not a tough game at home. That's a game that if you are what you think, they win easily, but they win. At Cincinnati is a tough game, although the Bengals struggle early. Houston at home, tough game, obviously defending champs, but a game where you can make a statement. And at San Francisco, where it's West Coast, that's hard. It's Brock Purdy, that's hard. But they lost a lot of guys. So it depends on how you look at it. And there's really no way of knowing how these teams are all going to be as we sort of get until we sort of start getting into the season. Because, initially when we looked at the schedule, everybody says, well, if you just stay afloat, the second half is easier. And it may be, but it may not be. You just never know. But the Googans went 2-2. And I think around here, everybody be very happy with a 2-2 record with those 4 games. If you split with Carolina, let's say you have to beat Carolina, then you only need to win one of the next 3. And if you do beat Carolina, you start thinking about 3-1 for sure. But say Carolina at Cincinnati, Houston, San Francisco, 3-1, 12%, 4-0, 4.7%, 2-2, 61.7%, 1-3 or 0-4. I put them together, 21.4%. So good for the Jaguar fans and actually good for Jaguar. Everybody down there, which I like at this time of the year, is not getting carried away. Is that fair?
Fair.
Yeah. Nobody's getting carried away. Everybody's sitting there saying, you know what? I even heard Tony say it on the football show. I heard Liam Cohen say it. We're just on the grass. We're not doing anything right now. Right? We don't know what kind of football team we've got yet.
Yep. Both Tony and
Yeah.
Coach Liam Cohen said that.
Nobody's jumping the gun. Nobody's going too far. Nobody's doing whatever. So, anyway, let's do this. We'll grab a break. We'll come back. We got a lot more ahead, including Deer Drill. Unless the suddenly non-nasty guy decides we shouldn't do that either. We'll have to check on that. This is next, coming up on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorcemenOnly.com studios.
Huddle up. Who are we? 1010XL. What do we do? Sports Radio. Where do we do it?
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interests first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Hey, say goodbye to glasses and contacts with a customized vision treatment at Bowden Eye & Associates. Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you the latest options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK, tailored just for you. Gang, imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. Are you ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
Yo, it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game, by the way. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days than it's bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. And hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more. And speaking of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls, the countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2025 is on, and voting for Miss Popular is officially live. Head over to 2025misstwinpeaks.com to learn more about the contest and to cast your 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, why you bring that up? That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office in Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
You can't go inside your home team's locker room, so Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline goes there for you.
Work on three, 1, 2, 3,
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010xl.com.
Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Okay, sports fans, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. I and Beaches Dermatology are reminding you all to wear your sunscreen. Spring is here, and that means more time outside. Grabbing the clubs for your tea time? Bring the screen. Heading out on the boat? Bring the screen. Headed to the beach? Definitely bring the sunscreen. All in all, make sure sunscreen is included in your outdoor activities. If you have any concerns now, give Beaches Dermatology a call. I've been seeing them for years, and my skin thanks me for it. Call today online at beachesdermatology.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kick-off at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football, fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Go Sharks! Join us at Miller Electric May 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. We're on the lookout for talented people, from entry level to experienced electricians and foremen, security system installation and service technicians, fire alarm system service technicians, and both senior and junior VDV technicians. This is your chance to get hired on the spot. Meet the managers, indulge in delicious food, and snag some awesome giveaways. Don't miss out on this electrifying chance to power up your career. Miller Electric, May 29th, 4 to 7 p.m., 6805 South Point Parkway.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
So I think after everybody had a chance to, by the way, welcome back to the show. I think after everybody had the chance to sort of look at all these different NFL releases, you know, each team does a release or a schedule release bit. I saw a list of the top 10 funniest individual clips.
Okay.
And we've talked about some of them, but there are some good ones. Like, for example, and the Chargers had a bunch. So the Chargers hit home runs with these every year, it seems.
It seems like.
Which, again, it doesn't matter, but it adds to the pressure going forward. Like, what are you going to do? So anyway, they did one that was kind of funny in the respect that it was like a video game, and it was Josh Allen leaving the movies, walking out of the theater after watching his fiancée in Sinners, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Sauce Gardner was there waiting for him. The Colts had a great one that they had to take down, but they had a few on this list. Will Levis getting hit by a bachelorette party bus.
So did something like that really happen?
No.
Okay.
But the girl, this is from the Colts when they're getting ready to play the Titans, and on the bachelorette party bus, the one girl is having a kind of throwing up. I guess the Jaguars did two different releases. So they did a TikTok release. Did you see this, E?
Nah, I'm not really a TikToker.
Okay, do you know who Sabrina Carpenter is?
Negative.
Okay, she's a singer.
Yeah, it's a little teeny bopper singer.
She did, the Jaguars used Sabrina Carpenter's Juno positions to announce their schedule on TikTok. Kind of odd, but interesting. The Falcons trolled the Patriots for Deflategate. They were in the carts, and, of course, they rolled up on.
Falcons trolling Patriots, probably not a good business plan.
Yeah, probably not. There's going to be.
I mean, the 28-3, it's coming.
The Raiders did a funny one. They cooked the Chargers for being ringless. So that was not bad, because they're walking by the Raiders do have Super Bowl trophies in their mantelpiece up there up front. They have a few of them. You like this one, Anthony Richardson running out of steam in the cart.
Yeah, that was funny.
By the Chargers in the middle of the game. Remember, he took himself out of the game.
That was funny.
Tyreek Hill getting arrested was funny. The Giants got trolled for letting Saquon walk. The Saints had Kellen Moore with the anger translator, and then the Chiefs getting dominated in the Super Bowl by the Eagles. That was done by the Chargers as well when they were releasing their schedule. Just some funny singular moments. At least they didn't mention the Liam Cohen one, so that's good. Dodge that bullet again. So because he got it on a few of them for the Duval. So at the PGA Championship, Max Homa's red hot. He's the one you need to know. 5 under through 6 holes, 3 under for the tournament. So he has moved up 62 spots.
Some low numbers out there, a few twos. I saw a 4. Joaquin Neiman's 4 under par to get to 1 under through 6. So what to take out of this is some. There are going to be some low numbers today. So a guy like Rory could shoot himself back in. Any of these guys who are in kind of the middle of the pack. DeChambeau's birdied one of his first 2. I imagine the big boys are going to make a run at this paltry-looking leaderboard.
I've got a busy Friday tonight. I got work, but I also got Knicks Celtics and some must-win. I got the Subway Series. To be in New York tonight. What if you had options? Would you go to the Garden or would you go to Yankee? You'd go to the Garden because you can go to Yankee Stadium tomorrow if you want. So you can go to the Garden tonight if you go see the Knicks Celtics. So that's what I would do if I had the choice, but I don't.
One would be a lot easier ticket, I imagine.
Yeah, one will definitely be an easier ticket. So there's a lot of seats at Yankee Stadium too, and that'll be fun. But that is Juan Soto's return, and it will be.
Doesn't feel. I see that narrative being pushed from a unbiased, not a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Soto feels about as much a New York Yankee as Babe Ruth feels like a Boston Brave.
No, that's fair.
I mean, he
only
was there for a
year.
cup of coffee. He was a mercenary. He's one and done. It doesn't have like a Doc Gooden vibe.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see how that goes. But they're going to hammer him, that's for sure, and they'll boo him, and that's fine. They should. They wanted him, and he chose to leave, and he went to, little brother. So
the way that the playoff series have gone has caused me to flip my initial rooting interest in both series that are still remaining. I went into the Celtics series really the low key, would rather the Knicks win, but now the Celtics are down and they're the underdog, and so I find myself rooting for more basketball, and thus would be rooting for Boston. And I was on board with the Thunder. I kind of like the Thunder are kind of like a pre playoffs. It'd be near the top of my power rankings, I thought, as a fan, and I've just kind of done a 180 watching Denver, under a lot of chaos. Take them now to 7 games.
An incredible win considering they fired their coach with 4 games left in the regular season. If they could knock off the Thunder in Oklahoma City,
I think I'll be pulling for Denver, I guess was my point. I think by the time the Knicks get to 7 in Boston, I'd probably be pulling for the Knicks again.
And this is this game coming up out west. not that big, but ramifications in terms of SGA versus the Joker. This to me.
And there's
who's going to lead their team to the victory?
It's also the setup of, there's a turn. The guard is officially changed. It's out with the old, the Stephs and LeBrons and Durants. They may have a flashing moment here or there. They're done. They're gone. The Westbrooks, that group that was responsible for so many titles. Basically, Steph, Durant, LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
They're gone. They're done. They're going to still collect paychecks. They're still going to set marks. They're going to have nice, they're not going to be the main factor leading their teams to championships.
Mm-hmm.
And that torch has been passed to SGA and Ant, maybe Halliburton, Brunson. And so I think that's kind of what we're seeing here in the Final Four. Joker's kind of in the middle. He's still in his prime. He's not a young player. He's not in mid-20s, but he's certainly got a lot of good ball left.
Oklahoma City is interesting in the respect that, man, they play a lot of guys.
Yeah, they have a lot of the same guy, too.
Yeah, they play a lot of guys, man.
A lot of guys that just run the floor and shoot threes, and you don't know the difference in any of them, to the point that they literally have two guys with the same name who are easier to tell apart. One, Jalen Williams, is significantly better than the other, but nonetheless, they have two Jalen Williams in the rotation. But that kid from Kentucky, Cason Wallace, and Luke Dort, they're the same guy. They got a bunch of 6'6" to 6'8" guys that come at you nonstop. And SGA's the real deal. Man, Clippers messed that one up.
Yeah.
Should have held on to that guy.
Yeah. Anyway, that's coming up on Sunday. So we got a big game tonight, Friday, and then we could have, God forbid, 2 Game 7s this weekend. So, because I would assume that the Knicks Celtics would play Sunday if they're playing tonight. That would be my guess, but we shall see.
Even smart guys, owners, professional owners, even they make really dumb business decisions. You see what the Cavs owner is dealing with? A $500K hit in the wallet, $500,000.
For what?
Well, his investment in fake snow machines backfired as the Cavs were eliminated from the NBA playoffs. The snow machines were supposed to be used for a Cavalanche scoring run. They got used one time the entire postseason.
That hurts.
So for his high scoring and high flying, we looked up, they were the highest scoring team in the league, remember? Because we were talking about the Pacers and how much they scored, but Cleveland, their opponent here, scores even more. So they were the highest scoring team during the regular season. So the Cavs were known as the Cavalanche, and the owner thought it'd be a great idea. Well, then we'll get things, turned up another level, and we'll use the Cavalanche snow machines. Yeah, a $500,000 investment later, installation into Rocket Arena, and they were used a grand total of one time.
But even if they were used more than once, let's say they used them 4 or 5 times, is it still worth their investment?
That's FU. That's FU money, buddy. Right. That's not an investment. That's that's spending. Yeah.
Use it next year, bro.
Afford it, you can. They do. They did.
All right, take a break, make the turn for home next here on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Knock, knock. What? Knock, knock. Who's there?
1010XL.
Summer in Jacksonville is coming in hot. Lauren Brooks here. Beat the heat with Turbo Tint. Their window tint blocks up to 99% of harmful UV rays and keeps your ride cool and comfortable. Book today at orangepark.turbotint.com.
Tired of a plain and boring backyard? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop choice to beautify your home. With pavers, stonework, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, and driveways. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
The NBA playoffs are here, and there's no better place to catch the action than Hurricane Grill and Wings. With slam dunk specials like $3.75 Miller Lite drafts, plus fresh, never frozen wings in over 30 flavors, and big screens everywhere. This is your home for all the games. Handcrafted cocktails, bold flavors, big plays. Don't just watch the games, experience them at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 16, 1980, at the NBA Finals, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Philadelphia 76ers in a 4-2 series victory, securing their 7th championship title.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I don't see how a new air conditioner is going to work out for me.
Well, you like air conditioning, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. But a new air conditioner could be expensive.
Well, not if you...
I mean, to save up the money, I probably have to give up my extra hot skim latte every morning. Now I fall asleep during a staff meeting, get volunteered for the summer picnic committee, and end up sitting in the dunk tank all afternoon getting water up my nose.
Okay, look at it this way. Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing puts in a new AC. We hook you up with affordable financing, and you stay cool and comfortable for just $149 a month. Cool?
Cool. I see it now.
Life can be hard on your budget. If you suffer through the heat because of a broken AC you could totally afford to replace, you could visit.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Spring has sprung, and so have the bugs. It's Hayes Carline and my friends at Kingfish Pest Control offer an exclusive $99 spring special. That's right, your initial pest control service is just $99. And if you call today, they'll include a free one-time mosquito treatment. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned, 5-star rated with no binding contracts, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call them now to book your service. Only at Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. I always brag on what you guguys have on-road and off-road. But, Greg, tell everybody about what's happening on the water, because you got loads of opportunity.
We do. We've got lots of boats in stock. We got the Honda 19-foot Fisher Runabout. We've got the Coach pontoons, all of them with that legendary Honda motor and legendary Honda reliability, which you always want when you're out on the water.
You could be cruising along the Intercoastal or out on the ocean, but check it out. Facebook page ready for all of you to see, Cycles of Jacksonville, or their showroom on Atlantic near Regency.
This Saturday, Navy Mutual would like to salute all men and women that serve in our armed forces. In 1949, President Truman designated the third Saturday in May as Armed Forces Day due to the unification of all 5 branches of our military into the Department of Defense.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Oh, yes, cooling down on a fabulous Friday. Lots going on. I got to crank it up tonight, man. A lot going on. Jags are on the field on Monday, so that'll be fun as they do a OTA next week, a couple times out there. So we'll see how that looks as they all get together. We'll get to see Travis Hunter even more so ingratiated, maybe see him on the defensive side of the ball as well. So we'll see. Hopefully like I said, I just think it's the time of the year for getting all the mental part down. So come August, you know everything. That'd be my guess.
I'm cooling down on the punchless, nameless leaderboard, a top 20 that was devoid of just about any kind of star after round one of the PGA. Score is going to be much lower today, so go ahead and cool down on some of these names shooting up or near the top of the leaderboard. Max Homa 5 under through his first 6 holes today. He's got it to a 3 under par overall. There's some low scores out there, and a guy like Rory McIlroy is the one who needs it after a 3 over par first round.
I don't know what this guy's doing on Twitter. I was looking at this. Sticking his head in a vat of something, and I don't know what the heck that is. That's crazy.
No one does.
No one would. I wouldn't even know how to explain it. I follow, obviously, like the Mets Yankees doesn't mean a lot to you, but I was looking at this. They did the position by position, like who's better, and the Mets have 5 and the Yankees have 5. So it's interesting how they do it. It's hard to argue. I don't know how the Wells guy is doing a catcher for the Yankees, but they have him ahead of our 2 catchers, which may or may not be true. Alonso at first. Acuna.
Do they still have
at second?
Rizzo?
No.
The Yankees? No, he's gone.
They got Goldschmidt.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Is Rizzo on their team?
Goldschmidt's having a good year. No.
Did he retire?
I don't think Rizzo's playing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think he. That's why.
But obviously they
Goldschmidt is not. He's lost his power.
But he's hitting.
He's
for
hitting
average.
3-something.
Yeah. He's hitting for average. So I don't know much about the Yankees. I haven't watched them. I look forward to seeing a little bit of them this weekend.
I know they started. They had a pretty bodacious record, and then they must have slumped because last I looked, they were 7-8 over 500. Nothing spectacular.
All right, they've got a rookie running back tiers, stacking the 25 draft picks.
Okay.
So let's see where our guy falls, what they think. So we've got Ashton Genty.
I will say
featured back.
And sometimes it's not easy to remember exactly what you were thinking once the news changes and you operate under that new one. Point being, can you go back pre-draft? I got to be honest. I did not see Bashul Tutin's name one time.
No.
I didn't know anything at all about it. All these other names I'd heard. Most of them I'd heard.
I would say most.
Now,
yes.
Some of that probably because of who the Gators play, and what leagues you watch. So Tutin, it will surprise me that if Tutin's. I don't know if it will surprise me or not.
Well, here are the tiers. They have clear featured backs, lead backs, committee backs, wild card, situational backups, depth backs.
Wild card.
And these are all 25 running backs draft.
I'd put our guy, without reading this more specific breakdowns of those categories, I'd put him in wild card category. I think he could emerge to be any of those.
I think he'll be a committee back. But
25 running backs got drafted?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
If only you had stuck with it.
Nah.
If only the Achilles hadn't gone. Could have been you.
Yeah, right.
Clear feature back, there's only one. Ashton
Genty.
Lead back, so.
What about the guy from North Carolina?
He's a lead back.
Okay.
He's a lead back. Big, tough back whose career 3.9 yard after contact per rush ranks 4th in this class. More downhill than agile, but he impressed all the workouts at the combine. He'll defer some carries to Najee Harris. Remember, Najee Harris is out there. So, yeah, but he'll be the lead back. Quinshawn Judkins of Cleveland, lead back. Big,
I guess
tough
Nick
kid.
Chubb's done. Is his career over? Because Nick Chubb is, top 3 to 5 back.
I think he's now off to the side. We'll see, because they mentioned Jerome Ford. They mentioned the kid from Tennessee.
Well, you're gonna have to go with the Saquon Barkley route and take a couple of years to get back to full strength.
Or he might.
Saquon looked like he would never get back to what he was last year.
R.J. Harvey, lead back. He's with Denver. On the smaller side, 5'8", 205, but productive in college. His top competition in Denver is Jaleel McLaughlin, so also undersized.
Where'd Javonte Williams land? Dallas?
I don't know. So 3 lead backs. Hampton, Judkins, so that's 4 total. Committee backs. Caleb Johnson of the Steelers. I like that guy.
They always do committee backs.
Yeah. But they got Jalen Warren, too.
Yeah.
And they also got the Eagles guy, we said, Gainwell. So, anyway, Caleb Johnson is a committee back. That's 5.
Cowboys for Javonte.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
Travion Henderson, the New England Patriots, committee back.
Yeah, they got Stevenson.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson. Yep. Cam Scattaboo, who's taken one pick, I think, after our guy, if I'm not mistaken. Or
right around it.
Right around it.
Did he go to the Giants? Where did he
go?
go?
The Giants. He will be a committee back.
They have, of course, Brandon Jacobs and Lorenzo.
That Tyrone Tracy guy who had a pretty good year last year.
Yeah. I was just being facetious.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Jacobs.
Joe Morris. They got Joe Morris.
Larry Zonka.
Ahmad Bradshaw.
So that's 7.
Ahmad Bradshaw. That's a good one.
Ahmad Bradshaw was good till he got hurt.
He was.
God, he ran hard.
Ran hard. He seemed like a small guy, but he ran so hard.
Rodney Hampton, huh? What about Rodney Hampton?
Ooh.
Who's the angry runner now?
Oh, that used to be
right now. They say he runs angry.
Pacheco.
Yeah, that's how Ahmad Bradshaw was. The angry runner.
Otis Anderson.
Oh, Otis was great. Great cane.
Way back.
All right, wild cards. So, yeah, he's not a committee back. Wild cards are Jaden Blue, Bashal Tootin.
That's where I put him. Hey,
Here's what they got.
I got one.
Tootin struggled with negative yardage runs, 22% of his carries.
What's happening?
The O-line's not better. He'll fit right in.
What happened? We're getting some reality dosed in with our propaganda. What's going on here? I don't
And
like
fumbles.
This.
Class high, 2.5% rate.
So I got a guy with a low stuff rate and a fumbler.
Yeah.
I was sold that this was a weapon, Dan.
During his 24 games at Virginia Tech, but his efficiency was otherwise really good. Average 6.3 yards per carry. Think of Barry Sanders.
Yeah, well, minus the fumbles. I don't remember Barry. The fumbling bothers me more than the behind the line of scrimmage because the great backs do that. They go 1, -1, 3, -2, 48.
So he was one pick before Scattaboo.
I wasn't as big on Scattaboo as everyone else.
So, but he does make.
Did you want Scattaboo there?
No.
Were you? No.
I wasn't like sold on him. I had to live through Toby. So anyway, he's a wild card. Then the last ones are the situational backs and backups: Woody Marks, Dylan Sampson, DJ Giddens, and then developmental and depth players. And our other guy is going to be on there because he was 1 in 25 drafted. Trevor Etienne, developmental and depth player.
Good thing he left Florida and really just spread his
Jarquez
wings.
Hunter of the LA Rams, Devin Neal of the Saints, Kyle Monagai of the Chicago Bears, Jordan James of the Niners, Taj Brooks of the Bengals, Ja'Cory Croskett Merritt of the Commanders, Damian Martinez of the Seahawks. Here's one that you would shock you that he's down this low, but he had a bad year, but we thought he was going to be a star. Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, Oklahoma State.
Khalil Mullings, Brashard Smith, and finally, second from last, LaQuint Allen.
It really, I talked about this before. Sports offer up the strangest doggone comparisons because if you put player A, player B, LaQuint Allen and Bashal Tootin, I'm not sure you wouldn't say that LaQuint Allen is the 4th rounder and Tootin was the 7th rounder.
Crazy how it works.
It's just amazing.
Get us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Thank you, E. Hello, Mike.
Good morning.
Subway Series tonight.
Yeah.
Knicks Celtics tonight.
That takes precedence tonight.
Would you watch the Subway Series starts at 7. Knicks Celtics go at 8.
Mm-hmm.
How would you view that?
I will watch the Yankee game on the TV until the Knicks come on, and then I'll I've got MLB package that I can stream on anything, so I'll put it on my iPad or my phone and watch a baseball game on that.
And then, so you'll do that?
Yeah, I'll have. I'm used to the multi-screen experience by now.
Yeah. How do you do when, as a baseball fan, like let's say it was, I don't know, let's say it was Mets 5, Yankees nothing in the 3rd, and the Knicks are starting. Do you keep it on or do you turn away?
It depends.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna watch a Knicks Celtics game.
Yeah.
I may flip back and forth. Sometimes I've gone like Knicks been down 20. I'll go away for 5 minutes and come back, and it's like, all right, we're down 13. Here we go. It's a process.
It does. It is a process.
I mean, but if I can only win one, you can have the Subway Series.
Oh, I know. I'm with you. Yeah. I would agree. What do you got cooking today?
Well, we'll talk a little bit more post-schedule fallout, talk about the most attractive road trips for Jaguar fans to take this year. Got some
good options.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are always good options.
Yeah.
Man. Let's go
Viva
see
La
a team,
Vegas.
another city. I know a lot of people want to go see that Denver game, and they're disappointed it's that close to Christmas.
Yeah. You know what's a good one is underrated one is Arizona. If you like golf, you can go out there and golf.
Yeah.
And, that'd be a fun one.
I don't need to go out to Arizona to golf, though.
Somebody told me this, and I don't know this for a fact, but I know the Mets and the Reds are playing the weekend that the Jags are
in Cincinnati. Oh, well, that's good for you.
Yeah,
I don't know how many other people care about that, Jeff. But
the Raiders have that. The Raiders week. Florida plays Arizona in the college basketball tip-off game the Monday after
in Vegas.
Yeah. So that's
kind of cool.
That would give a little too.
So there's some good travel tips.
A lot of people would go to the Vegas one just because they're playing in Vegas.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Come on.
Yeah, why not?
And then I don't know if you guys saw it. NFL.com put out a story: 20 records that Travis Hunter could break.
Wow,
this year.
Very good.
And then you look at it, and it's like it'll
like combo receptions, tackles, that kind of thing.
It'll be start on both sides. Hasn't been done since. Well, if it's been done, how is he breaking a record? It's kind of weird, but it's more milestones that he could achieve as a rookie.
Have they said who is it still Chuck Bednarik, the last guy to play both sides?
Full time?
Yeah.
Probably full time both ways. I mean, we've seen
some people do it.
Vrabel's did it some. He was playing linebacker and pass catching tight end, but actually
like goal
playing.
line package.
Edelman played a bunch of corner when they were injured one year.
The other corner they had,
Cromartie. Troy Brown.
Yeah,
he played.
He played was their nickel corner.
Yeah.
And was a starting receiver for him.
That's right.
So he did it for a while. I saw the one in reading the article. Brian Dawkins was like the last guy to intercept a number 1 overall pick and catch a touchdown from a number 1 overall pick in the same season.
I don't remember Brian Dawkins ever playing receiver. That's
I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'm
he
sure
doesn't
it
have
was
a receiver's
like
body like some of
and
them.
it was. I'm sure it was like we put one package in that one day.
Could have been a fake punt even or something
kind of thing. Deion did it a little bit back in the 90s. So,
all right, well, have a great show.
All right,
have a
thank
great
you
weekend.
guys. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, go Knicks. We're done.
GFL Friday.